Welcome to Ocean Chicks Films.
Hey guys!
Jesus Christ, Karen, you gave me a fright when that music went on, like the drums.
Was it too loud?
I've got it up so people can like hear me a bit better.
Freaked you out.
Yeah.
I love the intro. I love that intro. Is it super loud? I wonder if it's super loud for everybody. I don't even know how to control that. Echo's here.
Hello, Echo.
Hey, Echo. How's it going? Do you want to come up? If you do, I'll put the link down. Probably not. It's probably big. Oh, man. Hey, man. How's it going?
Hello, man. I finally got her friend request today.
Oh, good.
I seen it on my Instagram when I woke up.
Hey, Ryan. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out.
Right. Well, technically it may be night, but you could say good morning to me.
Is it late? 7, 8, 9, 10? It's 10 for you. 10 o'clock for you?
Yeah, but I woke up at 7, so it's been 3 hours since I woke up.
So it's coffee time right now then. Echo says no, he's sleepy and in a mean mood. I gotta post this. Sleepy and in a mean mood because of Dollar Tree. I'm just gonna watch as I cool down. Okay, that sounds good. Perfectly fine. Well, thanks for hanging out. That's cool. Did you not get anything good at Dollar Tree? At least you have a Dollar Tree.
He might have found some good stuff.
Oh, Nanette froze up a little.
We have had it. We went to the store and we've had people. We went to the store before and we've had people that cashed us at the counter that were rude ass people.
Okay. That happens.
I don't know if that's what happened, but that's probably why he's in a bad mood.
Probably. And maybe it was hot out too. Oh. Her internet. You're back. You were gone. You're back.
I know. It's raining.
Oh, okay. So your internet stuff's kind of wacky. That's okay. I think it's still Mercury retrograde too. Until the 20th, weren't you saying?
That way until halfway through March. So
yeah, there you go. Yeah, a little bit longer, and then it'll be good. So is everybody excited to watch They Live? Have you seen this one, Mayanne?
Oh yeah. Oh, you're asking Mayanne.
You've seen it. You guys have seen it.
I've seen it. I was saying this in the backstage, and I'll say it again. I'm a big fan of John Carpenter. He's one of my top favorite directors and producers.
Yeah, me too.
His name is associated with it, I will watch it. I mean, I know that he was part of these trilogies for the Halloween movies and everything. And yesterday I said that I don't like them movies, but that's about the exception to the rules. I mean, I really did not like Laurie Strode in these movies.
Right. I've seen them so many times.
What is her name? She's trying to be Sarah Connor, and she ain't Sarah Connor.
Right. Yeah.
I
What's your favorite John Carpenter film then, Nanette? And Mayanne hasn't seen this one, so this is gonna be fun for her. What is your favorite Carpenter film then? You were telling me.
Well, number two is Halloween, and it'll always have a special place in my heart because it was the first it and Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. I watched when I was 8 for Halloween, all three
Right.
of the movies back to back, and
Right.
so yeah, they were the first time I ever watched anything that was really scary. I mean, I did watch all the Universal Monster movies and Night of the Living Dead before then.
Right.
And y'all probably think that didn't scare you. I'm aware I was a weird child. Not a lot scared me, but Jason and Freddie and Michael really did.
Right. Yeah, they were scary at the time. So Echo saying they charged me 3 times for peanuts. And they meant to charge me once. They refunded me 2 times, but they screwed up my bank. Oh, they froze his accounts till he talked to the. Oh, that sucks, man. Oh, I would have been
I
mad
can
too over
understand
peanuts.
why that upset you.
Daniel got kicked out. What's going on here? You broke my StreamYard, Daniel. You're fired. I'm
yeah,
sorry, Echo. That sucks. So he got charged like for peanuts 3 times instead of once. And then his bank got frozen. The account got frozen up because of all of that. All of our peanuts from Dollar Tree.
I went and I had something similar happen to me, but at least I
sucks.
wasn't in an actual store. I tried to order from
Hey,
Walmart,
Junebug.
and it was a day like today, and my internet was being funny, and it wouldn't let me. And finally, I got it paid, but then they canceled it out, and they canceled the order because they shut the thing down.
Yeah.
So I had to call into Bank of America, which
Right.
it was actually Grandma's account, but and she got on with me and she said, I'm giving her permission to talk to y'all. And then I talked to them and I was like,
I was
it's
surprised.
saying I'm froze out and I can't get into the bank account. Is there any way you can give me, let me be in the account?
Cal.
Hi, I'm sorry I'm late.
That's okay. No worries. How's it going, man?
We're talking.
It was a crazy day, but I made it. I was so scared I wasn't going to make it. How you guys doing?
Aw. Good, good. We're just kind of
Good.
hanging out and, we're going to watch They Live. But if you don't have the movie, it's all cool. We're just going to hang out anyways and talk.
Actually, I do have the movie, and I watched it for the first time maybe a couple months ago, but I have no idea where the movie is.
Oh, you don't know
But
where it is. Okay. Well,
yeah,
Nanette
yeah.
doesn't have the movie either. So we're going to just
Well,
wing it.
I'm in the same situation you are, Cal. I have the movie, but where it's at, I don't
It's a
know.
yeah. Yeah, I'm reorganizing some stuff, and so like a lot of movies are. I mean, it's there, but it's just
Yeah.
amongst so much stuff.
Yeah. That's
But I
okay.
think it's on Tubi though, Nanette. I think. I'm not sure.
No, you can only rent or buy it right now.
Oh, okay.
That's
I'm
okay.
pretty sure.
We'll watch, and Mayanne's going to get to see it for the first time, and we'll just all talk about movies and stuff. It's all good. You know stuff about Carpenter films, so you can wing it. How did you like watching it the first time,
I
Cal?
thought it was great. The ending's a little you want more, so I understand why people want a reboot or a spiritual sequel or whatever they would call it,
Right?
because there's so much to be had there. But
Yep.
I would say it's on 1 to 10. I give it a 8.5. It was really good,
Yeah. It's I love
especially for
Carpenter
him to be a
films too.
wrestler.
Yeah.
For him to be a
Right.
wrestler, like
Yeah.
it's really good.
Yeah, super fun. Lots of classic, iconic phrases and scenes and stuff like that too. So pretty cool. I like the message that it kind of portrays, and I like that Carpenter took the chance with it to put something like that out there too, which was pretty cool.
Mhm.
Well,
I
Marianne, that would be great, but that website that Sean, you can only do it through your phone or your computer. I
Oh,
only got
okay.
my phone, so you can't download the app onto Fire.
Oh,
So
got it. But does that site work though, Nanette? On your phone? Have you tried it?
I
Hey, what's
have.
going on, Echo?
I have a rule. The only reason I have any sites on my phone is just so I can click on to them and find the movie and put the where you can watch along with me
Right.
down in the description when I do a movie watch along. That's the only reason I have any apps for that. Oh, and Amazon and Hulu are really funny. If
Right.
you want to get into them, you have to type it into your phone thing. I forgot Disney Plus too. You have to type it into your phone
Right.
to activate it to get it to come up on. And every time I have to refresh my dang Fire Stick, I have to. I also have to eh, activate the dang thing on them.
Right. Right.
You got one of those cheap Fire Sticks where it got all the good stuff. Is that what you got in that? I don't know what they what's
I
the
have
what.
Fire Stick 4K.
Okay. Because I don't know what they call them, but like there's some Fire Sticks that people got all the new movies before they even come out. They're all over there. You just click on stuff and you watch it. There's some Fire Sticks you can buy.
You can watch it on the Fire Stick, but you have to pay for it.
Okay. Yeah, you must don't have one of them. But there is one where people, I don't know how they do it, but they make it so everything's free. Like all the movies you can think of. Like they be having movies before they even hit. Like
there's a way to do that, and I've watched the videos, but they oh yeah, here's what he's saying.
Prince of Darkness.
Broken Fire Stick. That's what they call it. That's what yeah, you can do that with any of them, but I don't understand how to do it.
Right.
So
So Echo saying Prince of Darkness and Assault on Precinct 13 are both super good movies from him. Yeah, totally agree.
But what I was saying
I forgot he did this.
What I watched the most with John Carpenter
did, yeah.
Vampires.
Yeah, you were saying that too. My favorite's Prince of Darkness. How about you, Cal?
That's
a tough question, hey?
It is. You want to say Halloween by default, but I'm not the highest on the original Halloween. There's a few sequels I like better, but right. I really love Body Bags. That's one people don't talk about much because I'm into anthologies, so I really love Body Bags.
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, that's fun. And I didn't know he did Assault.
Okay.
Would get hot when even
I'm gonna write that one down to watch.
Yeah, Body Bags is awesome. I know I'm missing a couple. I'm trying to think. I know there's one that it's going to kill me later. I'm going to remember it, but yeah, Body Bags is just. I know it's probably not his best film, but it's my favorite as of recent because I watched it maybe a year or two ago.
Right.
And it was awesome. I didn't see Prince of Darkness. That's a trilogy, right?
It's a trilogy.
It's an anthology.
Prince of Darkness, I heard it's a trilogy. There's other movies that connect to that.
It is, yeah. It's the Apocalypse trilogy. So there's like Prince of Darkness, In the Mouth of Madness, and The Thing.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know
those three together. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, I've never seen The Thing.
I've never
seen. I keep hearing I'm out.
Oh, you haven't seen the Thing?
Never.
Kurt Russell in that? No,
And I love Kurt Russell, but I've
I've
seen it.
never seen
you got to
In
watch
and
that
Out
one soon.
Madness. I have it somewhere in this dank room, and I'm going to watch it. But yeah, I haven't seen it.
What's yours, Karen?
My favorite Carpenter
Mhm.
movie, Prince of Darkness, hands down.
Okay.
Yeah, and I like the Apocalypse trilogy, so all three of those films are my favorites. And I like this one too. I probably I haven't seen everything that he's done, but I probably
Mhm.
like a lot of what he's done. He's my favorite.
Have you ever
Is
seen
he? Wow.
Yeah.
Village of the Damned?
Village of the Damned. I don't know if I have Village of the Damned.
The one with Christopher
Oh yeah,
Reeve?
yeah. I've seen it. Do you like that one, Nanette?
Yeah. There's only one movie that I really don't like. That's John Carpenter. There's nothing against the movie, and I think it's really well made, but I can't watch it because it's violence to children in a way.
Right.
That is Halloween 3.
I hate Halloween 3.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, hate is a strong word, but it is. I think it's the worst, and a lot of people say, "Oh, you're just saying that because it's not Michael." No, I love anthologies. I can understand that. I just think it's a badly made movie. It's actually out of all the Halloweens, it comes in last for me.
Yeah.
Where am I at?
Big
Okay, so
Trouble in Little China. Great one, Rob. It's one of my favorites. But I love just John Carpenter and oh crap, what is your name? I'm seeing your face, Mr. Santa Claus.
hey Rob, Nanette's ahead of me on my comments.
What is your name?
Can I take 1 second? Cal, have you ever met Daniel before? Cal, Daniel, Cal.
Hello.
Daniel's from New Zealand, and Cal, I don't know where you're from. Oh, is Cal's microphone's muted, I think. Okay, we'll wait till he comes back.
Let's see.
Okay, sorry, what were you saying, Nanette?
I'm trying to think of what his name is. There's two people that John Carpenter worked with that I think they shine in his movies. Don't get me wrong, one of them shines in just about every dang thing I've ever seen him in. But not Donald Pleasance. He was great. But I really felt like Big Trouble in China. What was the other one? Escape from New York, Escape from LA,
Right.
The Thing, are all movies that he did with John Carpenter that he really shined in.
Yeah.
Kurt
That's
Russell, now I remember his name. But yeah, I really enjoyed how he worked with Carpenter. They
Right.
both did great work together. And
Kurt Russell.
that's where you first see him broaden his scope, because before that he was doing Disney movies.
Right. So I'm going to
I'm
say again,
sorry.
Cal, because your mic was off. Have you met Daniel?
That's what I was just about to say. I'm sorry, did I? I haven't spoke to you guys. I've seen him in your chat. How you doing, Daniel?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Happy
I'm all right. I can't complain. I'm sorry about that. I just get a little excited, didn't get to ask you anything or
No,
say hello.
I'm the host, and I should have done that, so I apologize. It was my fault.
Yeah, Karen.
No harm.
I'm burning my dang mouth.
So they're talking. Echo's talking about. He's asking a what did he say here? Prison broke Fire Stick.
Yeah,
Is that
that's what
what
they call it,
you're talking
jailbreak.
Oh,
Yeah, they
Jailbreak.
Jailbreak fire
And man
stick
saying jailbreak.
means that you can watch any movie on the Fire Stick. and it's free. But you gotta jailbreak it. You have to go in and do all this stuff to make it.
Hey,
You have to break it yourself usually.
hey, Sean.
Yo, Sean. Hey, Sean.
Do you want to come up, Sean?
I'm sure he has the movie.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll start it right away. If you want to come up, Sean, let me know and I'll drop the link.
Oh, and all, by the way, thanks for inviting me, Karen. I was so honored to come up.
Absolutely. I would have done it earlier, but last time it was kind of late in the stream and we were almost over. So I was like,
Mhm.
well, I won't bother. We'll do it the
Well,
next time. You're always welcome to
It's
come on.
okay, Haunted by Horror. We are running our mouth. Well, primarily me. And
Hey, Haunted by Horror, how's it going? Yeah, it's okay. We're just slowly getting started. We're not all out of bubblegum yet.
Nope, Sean, we didn't
we
start.
haven't even started on the bubble gum.
No, Sean, we haven't started yet. We probably should, though. Is everybody ready to go?
Yes.
Yeah, I should have got some bubble gum.
Yeah, we should have had bubblegum. Okay, hang on. I'm going to go do my thing.
Mayanne, the reason he's saying bubblegum is because the lead character is always blowing bubbles and bubblegum.
Well, there's a saying in the movie that the guy goes into, what is it? He goes into the bank or whatever, and
Yeah.
he says,
Yeah.
I came here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. And that's like a famous line.
Yeah, I heard that
Look for
line before I ever saw the movie. I was like, oh, this is where it comes from?
Yeah. And then there's an epic fight scene too. That's really cool.
That's
yeah.
one of the
Well,
best
okay,
fight
Sean,
scenes
no
I've ever
problem.
seen.
I will put the link in the description and you can join.
How long does that fight scene go for? Is that like 7 or 8 minutes?
5 minutes and 20 seconds, I think. And it was supposed to be just a few seconds, but they improvised it. And Carpenter thought, this is awesome. We'll keep this in here.
Yeah, and I bet it was really cool because he's a wrestler, so they choreograph fights all the time, so it probably turned out awesome. And I think they broke a record, if I'm not mistaken. At the time, that was the longest fight scene on screen.
Yeah. And they everything was real too, except that they they didn't actually hit their faces or their groin, they faked that out, I heard, but very cool. Okay, just 1 second, you guys. I'm just gonna focus and put this link down here. So turn your phone down.
Why are you whining?
And Mayanne, if you want to pop on now, you can. If you want to try it out, the link's right there for you.
I'm sorry. What did you say?
I just told Mayanne, she said she'd come up one day to join on the stream, and because I know she's never done it before and she's a little nervous to do it, but if she wants to try it out here, she totally can.
Yeah, definitely.
Has everyone seen this movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was 19 the first time I seen this movie. Well, the one that.
Oh, okay, man, that's okay.
Watch another
Next time,
movie
then.
and
You
get
just let me know and we'll get you all set up and you can come on. You can do like Cal and Daniel are doing and just have that picture there too. You don't have to like show your face.
Yeah, I don't
if you
bite.
want to try it out.
I don't bite.
That's fine. Totally fine. Should I start it or should we wait? Because Sean's getting set up.
Yeah, he got 2
we
minutes.
should
I mean,
run
it's up to you, Karen.
Yeah. Are you ready to go, man?
Yeah, I'm going to watch a different movie.
Oh.
I'm putting in my what I go to all the time. I'm going to watch vampires while y'all watch this, but they're about the same time. And everything.
Vampires was good. I watched that recently too, last year maybe. That was a good one. Actually, I just finished the trilogy. I watched part 3 maybe a month ago. So yeah, they were fine. But
You
the
mean
first
the
one's really good.
Vampire Trilogy movies?
The John Carpenter ones. He didn't do the last two. I think he worked on the second one, like it's his story, but he didn't make it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have all of them. People don't know this. Everybody pretty much knows that John Carpenter's Vampires and John Carpenter's Vampires Les Mortis. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Let me spell it. Where are you at?
It's low something. I don't know. It's okay. It's starring Bon Jovi's the star of that one.
Yeah. But anyway, he's a vampire hunter. You know, you said James Woods was the vampire hunter in this one. Well, Bon Jovi's the one in the next one. But the third one is called Vampires Determined.
She says she has 2 phones and 3 headphones on. Is that
Yeah.
possible?
she's multitasking.
Is that
Hey,
possible?
Oh, yeah.
Jamie.
Jamie, look at all the people I have. Look all the friends I have.
You have an awesome
Hey, what's
chat.
up,
Look at that.
everyone?
Hey, Sean.
Hello,
What's
Sean.
going on?
Good evening. Happy Saturday.
Good
Yeah,
evening.
same to you. Okay, I have a big question to ask you. How are you doing
Okay.
your lighting?
Oh, I got 3 orange bulbs in my ceiling fan. Which I
That's
got.
it?
Yeah. Oh, I'll make it brighter. Yeah, I got 3 orange bulbs in my ceiling fan.
That's
So,
cool.
If I could
But-
figure out how to get my Echo speaker working, I could change the lights in my room because I've got one of them lights that you can talk to. You can talk to your
Fancy.
hostess
I want to play with my lighting too, but I'm like thinking maybe I could just be creative and do like light bulbs and stuff instead. Because it seems complicated, all the lighting.
Well,
everyone
it's
does.
cheaper and easier to do it that way. I just go to Home Depot and buy, like, I think each bulb is like $6.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I just do it that way. But I also, like, if I don't have a light in front of me, then I'm going to be completely orange. So that's how, like, you're able to still see my face.
Right. Do you have a
And I
ring
got a
light?
little
right
bit
in
of,
front?
like, I use one of just like one of these regular chargeable lights. And I
Okay.
just lay that there. And then the rest of it's all orange.
Yeah,
So I
used to do
probably
that.
should black out my space and then have my ring light and do it that way. I'm gonna play with it.
Yeah, I think Erica over at EA Horror, I noticed her videos have like an ultraviolet kind of color to it, but you can see her face. So it, like, she changed up the lighting on her videos. Like, I'm actually thinking about buying 3 green bulbs just to see what it looks like in green.
Oh,
So
that'd be
Well,
cool. Yeah.
You know that they have a ring though. You know how everybody uses the ring. They have a ring that does all those lightings now, where it can be purple, violet, orange. So they have those too to
Yeah.
give you that
Yeah,
effect.
and they're like $200.
No, they're cheaper. You can
Yeah.
find one for about like 30.
they do sell the bulbs where you can get like rainbow colors. Like, it's basically like you can pick your color on it. Like, there's a button to change the colors, but it comes with like every color besides orange. It comes with like red, yellow, green, purple, blue, and like that's it.
No
Right.
love for orange, huh?
But no
Yeah, we-
orange.
We used
That's
to have parties
weird.
like that. We used to just get the bulbs. That was before we had the fancy, connected to the phones. But back in the day, we used to just buy the bulbs out
Yeah.
of the stores and just screw them in.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing. Like, why not? I have the RGB, the strip light thing, and you need like about 10 of them to make it even show up. It's so
Right.
light. So
They don't last long, in my experience. When I used to buy them back in the day, maybe they've gotten better, but back in the day, they didn't last long.
right. Man says she's in the process of moving to a bigger house. I'll do my setup and stream finally. I have so many things I can do with all my collections. I can't wait. That'll be so much
Yeah.
fun.
I think the best thing to do with Mayan, I think I might just do like a random stream one night sometime in the future. And if she's willing to do it, I'll try to like walk her through it to
Yeah.
learn how to figure that out. Instead of doing it during like a watch party where things can get screwed up and just turn into a mess.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
maybe I
true.
might just do like a random stream and just see if she's up for it and see if I can walk her through it.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smart. Yeah, there's a lot, like I find it easier now because I've done it so many times, but there's a lot of stuff to juggle. And then
Oh
if you
yeah.
glitch too, then you're like, oh my God, what the hell's going on here?
I mean, I've done plenty of streams now, but I still forget how to find the stream link sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh,
They're just like it's like if you don't use these certain options like all the time, you're gonna tend to forget about them, and that's where I'm like, damn, I forget how to do this again. Like
Yeah.
I also had trouble getting scheduled streams to work on my channel. It's
Oh,
like
you
when
did?
it's time for the scheduled stream to go, it just sits there and does nothing. And then I'm like,
Oh,
okay, I guess I just gotta start a whole new stream here.
Are
oh,
you
that's
scheduling
weird.
them on your computer? Because I noticed for
No, I
me,
do everything on my phone.
okay, because when I used to do them on my computer, like if I upload something and I schedule it, like just say tomorrow, it would,
Yeah.
if when I put the time in, like say I put 3 p.m., for some reason they wouldn't start until it would go in at 6 p.m. It was weird. I had always had to log in on my phone to put the time back where it should be.
Oh,
Certain
weird.
device, I don't know why that was, but I was just figuring maybe he was having the same problem.
Weird.
Yeah, that's why I don't really do scheduled streams. I scheduled the fog coming up on the 21st, but I don't know what's gonna happen with that.
A man saying yes, please, Sean.
Yeah, we'll get that figured out for you. Because honestly, like when I started doing all this, like I tried doing like watch parties and stuff, and I had no idea what I was doing. But like no one could actually run me through it, and I had to figure it all out on my own.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. Or they'll tell you stuff, but really fast.
Well, I
Yeah.
had like this big event, and I remember I waited till the last minute, like the day before, to figure it out, and I don't know why. Yeah, like of course, right? But I had a friend, and they helped me. Like it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and they helped me out with it, and we got on, and I was running through some stuff with them. So, but
Kel,
my
you do
stream
a
went
lot of
long.
stuff on.
really chilled out live stream the first time I ever did it. I just I went. I think it was on movies of the decades.
Right.
Horror movies of the decades from
Right.
1920 to 2020.
That was your first stream?
Yeah. I had a
So
few
smart
people
lights are better than RGB lights. Okay, good to know.
You were about to
Probably
say something,
more vast
Karen?
than
Were
that.
you going to ask me something?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was. So you do lives on Instagram a lot of times, right? Do you still do that?
Yes,
Or do you,
not as much as I used to. I don't know. It's just, I don't know, time and just Instagram's changing, people
right?
changing over there. So it's just a little thing. But yeah, I don't do it on YouTube as much as I should. I would like to, but I always feel like I have to be prepared for YouTube. Like I don't want to just, put
Jump on.
anything together. Like Instagram, it's just like hit the button.
That's true, yeah. But with YouTube, you always have stuff in your head to talk about the movie, so you could totally pull it off, I think. No problem.
I got to get my stuff together.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely will.
Jamie says, I have a few regular lamps set around the room, a ring light behind the monitor, my color changing salt lamp, and the light curtain. Yeah, well, your lighting is phenomenal, Jamie. Jamie, like phenomenal. But yeah, I just have
Jamie-
to play around with it a bit. Try stuff
Jamie
out.
should do more lives. Her lives are awesome. She should do more.
They are. Even when you schedule a stream, you still have to click start stream. That's why it isn't working. It's not automatic.
Oh, you know what? That's probably why my shit ain't working like that. But I don't know. See, like I never even see the option for it to say start the stream. I don't even see that.
Oh yeah?
But I gotta play with this stuff more often. Like honestly, like I'm sure people are probably like, oh, he knows what he's doing. I really have no idea what I'm doing. I
Are
really
you
don't.
on your phone?
I do everything on my phone. I don't even
Okay.
own a computer. I don't own
Okay.
a laptop or a PC. I don't, although I have one cell phone and 2 tablets.
Right. That's why you're having some issues. I did everything on my phone before too, and I just recently got a cheap laptop. The laptop gives you more options
Way
to
more.
do stuff.
Yeah.
but your phone is limited. But that's not to say you
Right.
can't do it all on your phone. You can still do all of it on your phone. But
Yeah, like
I
on
saw you one time on a stream and you were trying to do things with the chat. Now that I know you were on your phone, that's why you couldn't do stuff. So you were trying to do things that you never would have been able to do. You never would have
Right.
been able to figure it
That's
out.
like another thing is like I'm only able to see the chat because I'm looking at it from the tablet.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
well,
So
you could do polls too. You can't do polls on your phone. I noticed that too. You only could do it with a laptop.
right.
And
Polls?
oh,
What do you mean polls?
you could do like a polls for your audience to vote on.
I can do a poll on my phone.
Oh, when I did them, that option wasn't available for the phone.
Yeah, I can do all that. I just
Wow.
noticed that like if you're on a PC, like like a channel's banner, like the picture they choose,
Mhm.
on like a laptop or a computer, you see the whole picture, but a phone you only get like a little bit of it. You only get like a little
Right.
cutout of it.
Right. Yeah, it's always like that. Some things on the computer you can do, and then some things on the phone you can only do. I edit everything on my phone. I do everything that I can on my phone. But just recently I started using my laptop for live streaming, and it's just like night and day. Like it's just so much easier.
Smooth.
Right.
Yeah.
And
'Cause
I
the
only
phone does
spent
freeze.
like 500 on this laptop. It was cheap, not expensive. It's decent.
Yeah, I bought a laptop for just to do stuff, and guess what? It's been sitting in the box. I never even opened it.
Well,
Since
now you got to open it and go
October.
on YouTube.
Yeah. So I hope it works.
Yeah.
You ever buy something and it
Oh, yeah.
doesn't?
Too
Yeah.
late. You could
No,
probably
yeah,
cry and take it back though.
probably. You know what I did? I actually went back and got a extended warranty because I'm like, I didn't open it, and I'm like,
That's
y'all,
smart.
yeah.
That's smart. I guess we should start this movie.
I guess so. This is
Yeah,
probably
it's
your
like
longest
going on
warm up.
11 soon.
Let's start. Okay, ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm
Okay.
watching the 4K.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
How is that 4K?
Honestly, I don't really notice much difference
Hmm.
over the Blu-ray, but there is like an issue that I notice with like John Carpenter films from Scream Factory, like they're mainly their Blu-rays. If you look very closely, like they're always in widescreen, they have the black bars on it. But if you look very closely at the top black bar, there's this blur line that goes across. But it's only on John Carpenter films. So I
Oh.
figured, all right, I'll buy Prince of Darkness and They Live. Maybe all that'll be eliminated. It's still there.
He probably gave them different weird transfers that they use. I don't
But
know.
I see that's another thing. Like I don't even think Scream Factory does their own transfers. I think whoever they license the movies out to, they provide them with the master.
Yeah, sometimes they tell you like they be like, because like Dr. Giggles is not a good transfer. They just re-released that, and so they don't have the original master of it. They just have a scan. I forget what kind of scan they have from it, and they just do what they can with that scan. And sometimes it just doesn't come out the best. It's okay, but
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like every John Carpenter transfer, I'm like, this looks exactly like the DVD. There's nothing upgraded here. It looks like complete shit.
no way it looks that bad. DVD.
It's bad, dude. Like I'm looking at it right now and I can see blurriness all over fucking Roddy Piper's jeans. It's just blur. But now he's walking out of the picture and you can see him. But anything that's near those widescreen bars is all blurry. That's bad. But I notice little shit like that. Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I see every detail, but I do have pretty good eyesight. I don't have to wear contacts or glasses, and I see these little imperfections. It doesn't like ruin the experience for me, but the more you watch these films, you're like, what's wrong? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Like, But
Jamie.
I mean, these transfers do look better than the DVDs, but some of them are just not that far off.
What you
What is your-
watching, Nanette? Sorry.
I was trying to watch Vampires, and
Oh.
apparently, Pluto TV wants me to watch Star Trek Next Generation.
Oh, that's a dilemma. So what
Sorry
are
to
you
hear
gonna
that.
do?
I'm going to look on Tubi and see what they have that is John Carpenter.
You guys ever hear how Roddy Piper really got this job?
No, tell us.
Apparently, John Carpenter went to like one of the WrestleManias back in the '80s. It might have been like WrestleMania 3 or something like that.
Right?
And apparently, a few wrestlers heard that he was in the building, and he's looking for a couple guys to audition for a film.
Right?
But out of all the people he talked to, apparently Roddy Piper was the only one that seemed like he was on the same page as him. And he obviously was big and buff and had the muscles for it.
Right?
And that's basically how he ended up getting the job, from going to WrestleMania to go meet him there.
Oh, that's cool.
You
Yeah, I
guys
mean,
see
it's
the-
not like a whole bunch of information there, but I just thought that was pretty interesting when I watched. I think I watched a documentary for it.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
I think it might have been WrestleMania 3 or something like that, but he was there and he was blown away by like the whole performance, like the whole night. And then he was like, like I want to talk to a few wrestlers and I'm going to pick one by the end of the night. And he picked Roddy Piper.
That's cool. Too bad he passed away. Hey.
I know, man. That is rough.
Yeah.
Way too young.
Yeah.
And like another thing is like towards the end of his life, like his living situation was pretty bad.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Like he was like living out of like a real ratty trailer and everything, and
Really?
he just seemed like he had no money or anything, and it's just like, damn, like no one around you like could help you the fuck out. Like,
Oh, that's sad.
I don't know.
Like, did he do drugs and stuff, or did he just kind of spiral down and just didn't get work in that?
I think he might have dabbled with the steroids, but I'm pretty sure he was never like heavy into drugs. I think he might have been like a drinker here and there.
Right.
That I never really been able to find out his drug or party use or whatever, but
Right.
I'm almost positive he wasn't an addict or anything like that.
Right.
But
I know he had
think
some
he
health
did
issues.
he did some kind of muscle enhancements. I mean, every wrestler probably did at some point, but
Right.
and I think he might have been a drinker at some point, but I don't think that was the main cause for his death. I think like
Right.
I gotta look that up actually.
Yeah. I don't know how like what happened, but I think it was his heart. That's all I know. I read.
You're probably right.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened. But that
Yeah.
is sad. Like he does something like this. This has got like a lot of recognition, and nobody is there to help after. You know.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
I
unless
agree.
he was not helpable. You know, like if he didn't want help. But there's a lot of actors that happens to.
Yeah, I've heard that Ronnie Piper drank.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's what
Yeah,
Jamie said.
apparently he died on July 31st, 2005 in his sleep at the age of 61.
Wow.
Well,
His
I
his
felt like I
death
just seen him
certificate.
on Raw. I mean, on wrestling not too long ago. Damn.
speaking of
That
what
shows you how.
you were saying, Sean, about the movie you're gonna watch on the 21st, that is what I'm watching.
When are you watching that?
I put in a movie that was John Carpenter's because I can't find They Live from.
Okay.
So I put
Okay.
in the Fog.
You put in the fog?
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. That works too. We
I
should
never
do
seen
that.
that one
We
either.
should just pick a director and everyone can watch whatever favorite movie they have and shout out comments and stuff all over the
That's
place.
funny. That's called fun chaos, huh?
Oh, I like it.
So basically, Roddy Piper basically died from hypertension, which is he had a cardiopulmonary arrest, which is the
Okay.
heart, and it was caused by hypertension.
Okay. Where'd you find that? I didn't find anything like that.
If you go on his Wiki page and then you click on death,
Oh,
you'll see his
Mhm.
tombstone,
okay.
a whole bunch of stuff here.
Got it.
But man, 61 years old for a guy that was like, seemed like he was in some real shape.
Have you
But
guys
I
seen
guess
his other
those
movies?
guys, like, they do all these performance enhancing drugs, and by the time they're 50 years old, their bodies are beat down.
Well, wrestling is a hard job, dude, and plus there ain't no union to take care of them, which is crazy. So
No, I agree with you, dude. I totally like. I'm not saying like oh that's the reason why that shit happened, but like yeah, I
no.
definitely agree with you there. Like people, like
Hmm.
I mean that's a tough situation. Also that's a tough lifestyle right there.
Right.
Hmm.
Isn't wrestling similar to
know,
bodybuilding in that when they train, they have to eat a lot of like hefty stuff, and then when they stop, you gain, like, it's bad for you. The diet's bad for you, but that's the only thing that'll help them turn it into muscle. Or is wrestling different than that? Nobody.
See, I
Wouldn't
don't
know.
have
That's a deep
experience
cut.
with that, but I just
That was a
know.
deep cut.
I know that wrestlers in high school, because I hung around some of the guys that were in there when I was in school.
Right.
They would have them eating lots of carbohydrated
Right.
food,
Hmm.
a lot of meat.
Yeah.
Um,
And then
Well, I
when they
could.
stop
football
working
players
out to
too.
that degree, then it just hits their body really hard. I don't know. I don't know really. I don't have
Like
any
you
experience.
know, like a lot of these guys are kind of just like they don't mean to be, but like they're kind of ignorant to their health. They're you know they're wrestlers, they're big and bad, and they're winning these matches, and then they kind of get it in their head that they're like a little bit invincible,
Yeah.
and they start thinking like I can do anything. It's almost like you can compare that to Mike Tyson's career.
Right.
Like he got to the point where he's like I could punch through anyone's face at any moment, no one's going to stop me.
Mhm.
Right.
So what did he end up doing? He ended up partying the night before his first loss. He ended up getting knocked the fuck out because he wanted to do cocaine all night.
Well, the
Right.
funny thing about Mike Tyson is that the reason he isn't as beat up as most wrestlers is because he knocked everybody out. You get what I'm saying? So like he
Exactly,
never
he did
really
it
had
quick.
many matches. Yeah, so
He
that's
did
why
it
he's in
quick too,
good,
man.
better health than most boxers.
But he got it in his head that he was invincible, and he really wasn't.
Nobody is.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. When you become big and bad like that, you start to become convinced that you can, like, no one can beat you. You're that confident.
And if his life was going down, like he wasn't as famous as he thought he was going to be too, that'd be hard on you too.
Yeah.
You know, if you have that taste of that and then you gets taken away, that'd be really hard. I would drink.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, definitely. If you got no one to like talk to or relate to about it, yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna end up spiraling into some kind of bad situation.
Yep.
yeah, I mean, that's how it is. I mean, Sean thinks the Phillies are invincible, so No, I'm
Actually,
just
I do
joking.
not think the Phillies are invincible. The Phillies are actually like if you look at the Phillies' track record, they're fucking awful. They've been around since 1883 and they only have 2 World Series championships. Like that's a fucking joke. But I'm not a
Dude.
dick eater. I'm not a dick eater, and I don't go around fucking rooting for the Steelers and the Yankees.
Oh,
Nope. I stick to my city. Fuck that, dude.
So you're a Philly
I
fan?
don't like my
Flyers?
kid.
All day.
Okay, here's a funny story. Abby's dad, Flyers fan. And when she was little, my mom knit her a little Flyer sweater. I still have it. It's really cute.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know,
I
I
do
was
know.
actually talking to my dad last night. Rob Zombie almost made a Flyers movie a few years ago, like about 10
Really?
years ago.
Really?
He came down to the Flyers, the arena. He met the whole organization, and he was going to make a movie about the 1974 Broad Street Bullies. Because apparently, when he was growing up, he grew up in Massachusetts, and he was a Bruins fan. He
Okay.
would go to the games, and he would be so amazed by how this Flyers hockey team is beating the shit out of everybody and winning Stanley Cups. He's like,
Right.
I've never seen anything like it, and I wanted to make a movie about it. Everything looked good to go, but once like he had all the okay and signed all the paperwork from the Flyers, but then the NHL came in and were like, "What do you think you're doing?"
Right.
He's like, "I'm
Mhm.
making a movie about the Flyers." He's like, "Oh, okay. Well, you need to pay out these copyrights right here." And he saw all that, what all that added up to, and he was like, "Oh, never mind."
Crazy.
Yeah.
So then he ended
probably would
up
have to
making
tell it
31,
fictional.
I think that's when he made
I think he would
31.
have to.
Oh, I
He
didn't
would
know
have to
that.
do it
That's
with made up
crazy.
teams.
But I mean, I can't say if that movie would have been great, but I'm a Flyers fan. I would have loved to see Rob Zombie make a Flyers movie.
Me too. I would have
It
watched.
probably just it probably would have been like another slap shot because like that's basically what the Flyers are. They beat the shit out of everybody and they just win games back then. That's how they won.
The fights. That's why I watched.
I don't think we have any. I don't think we have baseball teams where I'm at.
This is
But,
hockey.
I don't like the Panthers. I'll say that much.
Florida Panthers?
No football team.
Oh, Carolina. The team with the cool colors.
Or Pittsburgh Panthers.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'm from South Carolina, so
You guys got a really good hockey team right now.
Do we? I
Yeah,
haven't
well,
been
Carolina
watching.
Carolina Hurricanes are pretty good.
Oh,
right
they
now.
do.
yeah, I like them.
What's your team, Karen? What's your team?
My team? I
Mhm.
don't have a team.
You don't have a team?
No. I just know a little bit about hockey because I grew up with it because I'm from Canada. So
Yeah,
my
I knew you.
uncles and everybody used to, that was always on the TV, like always watching it. And I know about the Flyers because of, like I said, Abby's dad. But yeah, I don't really have a team.
And when I was a kid and I first discovered hockey, I thought it was the most amazing thing in the world.
Yeah, I like it. As far as sports go, that would be my top choice. But
Wow.
yeah, I just haven't really gotten into it for quite a while.
Just like the speed of the sport, like it's up and down, and then you got guys crunching each other into the boards, and then a fight starts. Like
Yeah,
it's impossible to take your eyes off of it. You were like, I mean, every time I would watch a game when I was a kid, I'd be mesmerized for the entire game.
yeah. Yeah, hockey's a fun thing to watch too. The games are really fun. Football, I don't understand. I've watched it a million times. I don't quite get it. So I never got into football, but
Well, football does have some odd rules in it, so
yeah, it's kind of complicated, I think. But yeah, hockey. Grew up with it.
I'm a
Watched
basketball.
it every Saturday night.
Football.
You
What about
food.
you, Cal?
I gave you
Basketball,
raw food.
football.
So why are you trying to eat my salsa?
Jack's eating your food?
This is a reoccurring theme. He's a piggy. He's had 3 rawhides. But he wants my salsa.
Of course he does. He can't have salsa.
I'm sorry, Mr. Campbell. You don't know nothing about baseball, making you guys uncomfortable.
fucking.
It's just
No,
really rugby and cricket are the sort of main sports here. So yeah,
Yo, I don't watch cricket, but there's times where I see clips of it on the internet and I'm like
Mm.
mesmerized because I'm like, what the fuck is going on here?
Dude, my favorite
And
cricket
I
player.
also don't understand how the ball goes behind them and it's like still playable. I'm like, what the hell just happened there? Like, what the fuck?
my
yeah,
favorite
it's
player-
complicated. The longer version.
But I just love how like there's a guy throwing this heavy ass ball in like at full force, and the guy's got pads on, but it's just amazing how like they're so accurate with the ball and they get it to bounce into that little zone with the 3 little pipes or whatever it is.
Yeah,
And-
wickets.
Wickets, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
See, like I mean, I don't know. I would love to go to like a cricket event, but it'll probably never happen. But it's just a weird sport,
I
but
bet you
very
don't know anything
fascinating to
about
watch.
football. Daniel.
What's that?
I bet you don't know anything about football.
I know it's similar to rugby.
Well, yeah, in a way. But rugby is soccer, right?
No, entirely different.
I don't know.
My
I don't know
favorite cricket
either.
player is Casey Jones.
Hey Karen, I saw that
What
you
did
guys
you do? Ah!
You guys did a watch stream 2 weeks ago for Brain Damage. Brain Damage is 35 years old today.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, that's a crazy ass movie.
Dude, you know what I noticed with that movie? There
What?
is so much yelling and screaming in that movie.
Yeah.
It's like every 5, maybe 10 or 15 seconds, you're gonna hear somebody scream and flip out in that movie. But yeah, it's a great time though.
Yeah, it was fun.
There
I
you
was
go.
gonna do Frankenhooker too, but we switched it up. But I watched that last night though.
Okay.
Never
Yeah.
seen that movie.
Oh, that's a crazy one, man. You gotta, or Nanette, you gotta watch that.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you
there's
guys
a few
seen?
movies that Echo keeps telling me to watch, and that's one of them.
Have you
That
guys
one I
seen?
may watch, but there's one that Echo, it ain't happening. I will never watch that movie, and you know which one I'm talking about.
What movie?
Oh crap, I can't remember.
She got it blank from her head now.
It's something incredible.
Amazing
Bulk.
Bulk?
Yeah, the Amazing Bulk.
Yeah, Echo just said it.
I'm not watching it. It ain't happening.
Yeah, you couldn't even pay me to watch that. Just looking at that title, I'm alright.
But every time he goes on to a thing, especially me and him and JT were on a live stream together, and he says, "When are you gonna watch? When are you two are gonna watch Amazing Bulk?" And then Katie says, "No, never. They're never watching."
Echo says if you watch it, you'll become a superstar.
You know, I just typed it in real quick, and this is probably the lowest rating I've ever seen for a movie. On IMDb, it's got a 1.6. This is definitely the
No.
lowest rating I've ever seen in my life.
Of that movie that she just said?
Yeah. Just the title alone's already a turnoff.
Well, everybody in our community, I don't mean this community, I mean Echo, Bones, Hobbs, Katie, Jennifer, they all watch movies that are the worst movies on the planet.
That's fun. You know what I did? I ordered a Midnight Hour t-shirt. I'm so excited.
Could I help you? You can't have Coke. It's your own damn fault you ate my salsa. If you see the Amazing Buck, you will have hair on your butt. And who says I want that?
Yeah, some things aren't meant to be read out loud, but I'm fine with it. You know, I'm like thinking back on like the first time I ever seen They Live. I remember I caught this on TV,
Right?
and I was so young. I was still like not fully able to like totally comprehend stories and movies, and I had no idea what was going on in this movie. All I knew is Roddy Piper was in it, and he was just whooping people's asses. That's all I remember. Like, I'm like, yeah, it's the guy from the WWF's in this movie, and I have no idea what's going on, but I love it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is such a good movie though. Like I'm sure you watched it years later and kind of it's such a cool thing. It's so different.
Yeah. I really love too. It sends quite a few messages, you know, like it just puts all the writing on the wall, like consume, obey,
Totally.
buy, and all this stuff. Like,
Yep.
it's almost like a surprise that it was actually like they were actually able to get this movie out there without like maybe pissing off the government or something.
Yeah, totally right. But I think it got criticized quite a bit, so it probably was a little bit, back then. But he played it just right so that he could get it out. taking the story, and there's the comic book, and using a different name to put it under when he got the screenplay out there. So he probably did a lot, to get it out there without anyone really knowing. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I know I was
Yeah.
halfway thinking, if I show this on StreamYard, am I going to get a copyright claim or something going to happen? But probably
I don't know
won't
how
either.
to do that. I know Corey over at King Gore, when he does watch parties, he's got the whole movie playing.
You
Like
can't.
I
You
don't
can.
know how people do that shit, but
You
whatever.
can. You can. And
yeah.
you'll just get a copyright claim. It doesn't mean your channel's going to get shut down. It just means
Right.
that particular video is not going to get monetized.
Well,
But
right now I can't really test the waters with that because I ended up playing a song last week in one of my digital giveaway drawings.
Yeah.
And they gave me a strike this time. Like they
Oh,
usually
yeah,
give
you
me
did.
a claim, and they straight up gave me a strike, and they took the audio right out of the video. And I was
So-
like, well, I'm just gonna leave it there because you can still figure out who won the giveaway, but you can't hear anything.
Right. Be really careful with that. So
That's the
really
first strike I
careful.
ever got.
And you get 3, and that's it. You're out. You can't even create another YouTube channel or anything. So just be
Yeah.
careful with that. You might be able to fix it and fight it though. Like you could message them and see if you can get it removed that you
Well-
didn't know,
Yeah. Well, what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna start trying to put that YouTube copyright disclaimer in the beginning of videos.
It won't matter.
Okay, it
That's
won't.
a good
Okay.
thing. It's a good thing. You should do that anyway, but don't do audio. And if you do clips, really short little
Yeah.
flashes.
No, I
Limit-
figured that out. It seems like if you go over 3 minutes, that's when they're like, "All right, you got too much content here."
Yeah.
But I
Do, like,
also
10
noticed that
seconds.
like a lot of the digital code giveaways, I do a lot of instrumental music. They usually leave me alone for that.
Right.
And last week I did a song that wasn't it. It was just a regular song. You know what song I actually tried to play? I
What?
tried to play the Vikings theme song that from that band Fever Ray. If I had a heart,
Okay.
I tried to play that, and they were like, "No!" Right away. I got striked
You
right away.
You should get someone to do music for you.
Yeah,
Get
Yeah,
someone, that's what I did.
it comes down to patience for me.
JT
So
went on his channel and he was playing guitar and he played a song and he got strikes for it.
Well, you can't play,
So
but you
fucked
can
up,
find,
dude.
like I found someone that, like Max Washington Songs, did an original song for me. So I'm totally protected because it's completely original. And he did the voiceover and everything. So I will use that song forever, and I'm not going to change it because why bother taking a chance with it? It's not worth it. And then also in your videos, if you do a clip of a movie, as long as you're in the video more than the clip, you're good. But you can't have any sound or any music. You can't do that unless it's like YouTube copyright free crappy music. And you can do that.
and I remember one time I posted a movie scene that had some boobs in it, but it was very brief. And
Yeah.
YouTube let me have the video up for about a week, and then it hit 100 views, and right away they took it down.
Yeah. That's
I was like,
yeah.
why did you guys let that up for like a week though? Like a bunch of over 100 people saw it already. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, whoever claimed it, I guess. But you can always at least still, like, you can fix it and then you could try to fight it too. You never
Rob,
know.
are you Canadian?
I think Rob is from Canada.
I love
Yeah.
comments.
So is
But-
Karen.
If I had to guess just from watching his videos, he looks like he's like from like LA or something like that. Like I just get the vibe he's from LA, but he doesn't like, now that I know he's from Canada, I can kind of hear his accent a bit.
Hey,
Hey.
Shut up, Daniel.
Canadian and Scotch. Or Scottish, I guess that's what he is.
Oh, an Echo shirt. Oh, Echo, I
Scottish
didn't know you had a shirt.
Canadian.
Mayanne, the timestamp is 27:30 on my end.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you don't want to know my timestamp because wrong.
It doesn't exist.
The
He's in a
fog is
different
at.
dimension.
And
So
I
we're
don't
talking
know.
the fog. My timestamp is
The fog
50:31.
is at 22:45.
There you go. I
Hey,
think
we
we
were
should
It
do
got
that.
cut off because Jack said on the remote.
I'm totally doing that sometime. We're all going to pick a movie and just watch it at home, and everybody has to shout out what they're watching. I love that idea.
Good
I
idea.
like what Corey, or I remember one night we were on a stream and Keith from Goraphobe was like, you know, everybody when they buy a movie, they get a different copy. So everybody's got their individual thing. I was like, what are you talking about? And he was joking. And I was like, oh my God. And I thought about it. I'd be like, that'd be crazy as shit if we all bought movies, but we had different kinds of movies. It's just like,
You know,
it was so
somebody
like
said that happened
asinine, but I
before.
was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, but it would be fun.
Yeah.
But
To imagine
I really
everybody like,
think if
yo,
we did that, we should pick a movie that they may not be the same time, but similar time to each other, a few minutes apart from.
I did
I
hear
have
there are
heard that
some
before.
movies that are copyright free too. They're old enough, like the
Night of the Living
original
Dead.
Night of the Living Dead. Yeah. So I don't
You
know
know
how
what?
that would go.
Yeah, it was
Like
made
the-
in the 50s, so yeah, that's not surprising.
The one thing that really gets to me about the copyright shit, though, is like, you know, when you're making a short and you have the option to put the sound in, you got all these options to use whatever songs, and then it's like, go ahead and use it, but we dare you to use it because we're going to give you a copyright claim. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, why is that option even there if you're just going to give me a copyright claim?
Yeah.
I mean-
That's I had a huge thing a couple weeks ago because Lee from Drum Dums did a massive Scream documentary. They spent months on it, him and his wife. And
I remember
it
hearing
got a
about
copyright
that.
claim and it got taken down. He got a strike against his
It's funny you mentioned that. I watched his video talking about that, and like as he was explaining it, I could like feel like a stab in my heart. Like, oh, that sucks. Like,
That
what the
sucks.
fuck?
That's where I decided I'm doing indie films. Promote indie films, do indie films, and screw the big studios if they're going to do that. And you know, because we're promoting. Like, what about like free
You're
speech
promoting their
or
films free.
yeah,
free
like
is
why?
true,
That makes no
promotion.
sense to me.
Oh,
Sometimes it's not
Echo's
that deep, though.
talking about
Sometimes it's
Night of
just
the Living
people
Dead right now.
claiming it,
Or
You
people,
get a
yeah,
claim if
or
you play the
execs.
music
They do
from
it
it.
sometimes.
yeah.
I've
Kinda
seen
makes it
people
really
get
hard.
permission from the author or the artist or whoever. They actually got permission, and then yet they'll still take it down. It's like, but I have permission from the person that made it. You know,
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get that shit.
yeah. They're greedy. That's all it is. They want to make every penny off of it.
But
And I
it just
understand.
makes it
Okay,
so much more
demonetize
harder
it.
to be
Why?
creative on YouTube.
It does,
Yeah.
yeah. Totally.
It's like,
does.
all right, now I got to find another way to do this. And
Yeah.
it's like, you know, you start exploring ways that you're not really too sure of. It could be a positive thing. Maybe you'll end up learning something from it, but it's not the way you want to do things. And then you're forced to do that.
Well, we're
Oh.
not bootlegging the movie to make money on it.
Damn,
You
man.
know,
Kevin
so-
over at Haunted by Horror said he got a claim on Night of the Living Dead by some band that had used a brief clip from the movie in one of their songs.
Okay.
That
that's good
is
to know.
utterly ridiculous because that's a public
Mhm.
domain movie.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
and they
good to know though.
But see, that's algorithms because they must have copyrighted their song, and so it hit the algorithm as like they owned it, but it's not ownable. It's public domain.
Right.
Right.
That is
Yeah.
bullshit.
That's what happens when you let machines and algorithms run your stuff.
Life. Run the world.
Right.
Just like
Pretty
this
much.
movie that we're watching right now, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
So when I was watching it for the first time, I didn't know if it was aliens. I actually thought it was demons, to be honest with you. But
I can
guess
see
it ended
that.
up- it
Could be.
ended up being aliens. I thought it was demons until it was revealed that it was aliens.
I could definitely see that though. Like the aliens, you know, like they look like they're rotted flesh. You know, they don't really
Mhm.
look alien.
Yeah.
Right.
With that like pink and bluish look to them. Like I don't know, it's really odd, but I could see that, like, you know, the mix up there.
Right.
I mean, I'm at the part here where he's discovering that the sunglasses have messages. You know,
Yeah.
he's looking at the billboards and he's seeing different messages right now through the
Yeah.
sunglasses.
Yeah, the way that girl knocked him out the window though, crazy.
Yeah. I still want to know what that feeling is. Like, you know, when they take the sunglasses off and they're like, dude, don't wear them too long. Those will like really
Mhm.
screw with your head. Like,
You
what's
want to
that
know the
feeling
feeling?
feel like? What's that
You
like?
want to? Yeah, that's strange. He
Well,
said he
you
wants
want
to
to
know.
hear something crazy? I have a friend on YouTube, and he was in a band, and he was going to have his music playing in the background, and he got a copyright strike, and it was his music he played.
I
Happened to
swear,
me before.
it's like this shit happens. They're like, yo, let's test this
Mhm.
guy and see what happens.
No,
Yeah.
I made something before, and I literally made it myself, and I got a claim. This is about 2 years ago, but yeah, and it was I had to tell them like I own this. This is mine. Where's the claiming coming from? That's why I knew it was all bullshit. Like it was impossible.
Did
Yeah,
you
he
win?
got it straightened out.
Yeah,
That's what it.
they put it back up, but it was
Well,
just like
yeah. You got to try.
What a waste of time.
they couldn't prove me wrong. It's like it's my voice. Like it was like all right.
Yeah. Yeah, totally crazy. I know it makes it really frustrating and really difficult, but I think, yeah, like I say, I think the only way, well, for me, I want to stick with indie films.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Echo
but
just
see,
said
see,
that
that's
all the
my
music
bullshit.
in Night of the Living Dead he said not all the music in Night of the Living Dead is public domain.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. That's why
See,
then.
that's like other stuff you have to pay attention to. Like, all right, the movie's probably public domain, but is everything else in the movie public domain? It's like so much to keep up with.
It is.
Oh yeah, y'all were talking about in the comments that I'm watching a different movie. I
That's
don't
what I
really
do
like
too.
that I'm watching the fog with them because it's like 90 minutes and they live is like 140 something. So it's about 70 minutes difference.
Yours is an hour and a half, and ours is an hour and 40, so it's 10 minutes difference. Maybe less, even a little bit.
My copy of They Live runs at an hour and 34 minutes and 3 seconds.
Oh. I
Yeah.
must have an extended cut on mine then.
But for the most part, John Carpenter's films usually run from 90 minutes to like an hour 45, something like that. I don't think he's ever hit 200 before.
Right.
Like 200 minutes on a movie. I could be wrong about that.
Sean, do you have a timestamp for Man?
Yeah.
Hard for me to figure out on my player.
36:15.
Okay. 36:15, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't want to like spoil everything, but the glasses, I'm gonna spoil it. I don't want to do that. You just gotta kind of keep watching here. But yeah, the glasses are revealing who these people really are. That's all I can really say.
Oh, this is a funny
Where
scene.
did Paul go?
You know, like thinking about that now, we don't really get a whole bunch of backstory on exactly who made the glasses, how they were made. I mean, we understand that they came from the church that they were at, with the leaders of the church, but it's like, how were these manufactured? Like, they had to be made in a factory. Like, were they made at the Silver Shamrock factory? Maybe, you know,
Right. Yeah.
final processing. That'd be pretty cool though if that was like somehow tied into Halloween 3.
Oh,
But I don't know. I always loved Halloween 3.
Did you keep getting kicked off, Kel?
yeah. Well, Daniel got kicked off too. Remember?
Yeah, I kicked him off.
Yeah, I wasn't behaving.
Yeah, click. See ya. Click.
Made by the Wayfarer Restitution. I don't think I said that right.
It's
Echo saying there's
insulting
no
on-
issue with the music used in Night of the Living Dead. You won't get a strike, but you'll get a claim. But I think once you're monetized, you get a strike, right?
Yeah.
No, but Echo, like just say a band samples Night of the Living Dead, right? So it
You
was
just
free for
called
them to
that
sample, but they sampled their song. So what's going to happen is the algorithm knows that that's a copyright now, and then you got to sort that out with them. So it probably still will get flagged, but you got to explain to them, why you sample. I'm sampling the movie, not
Right.
the person's song.
Right.
Kind of unfair. Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. I think it sucks.
I think that to keep from being claimed, just mute it when the music comes on and then unmute it when it goes away.
Did you answer that already, Sean? I think that's what you're talking about. What are the glasses? What's with the glasses?
Yeah, Mayanne said something about the glasses, and that's what I kind of just
Okay.
started talking about.
Got it.
pouring perfume on a pig.
But yeah, the glasses show. These things look like humans,
Max.
but they're not. And the glasses.
Hey.
Hello, Max.
I've got one that can see.
Where do you guys rank this movie? Like out of 1 to 10?
Mm,
I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Maybe 8. Yeah, I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, about 7.5.
yeah. I would say probably 7. Just because I like some of his other films better.
Yeah, I mean, like,
Decent,
I don't
though.
know. I don't think I ever like properly ranked John Carpenter's films before, but like if I were to rank like a top 10 or something, this might come in like number 5 or something.
Awesome. No, Max.
Right.
I wouldn't go back.
What's your favorite John Carpenter film? Did you say that already? Did I ask you that?
It's not
No,
an
he
easy
wasn't here.
question, to be honest with you.
It really is.
I like Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, I
the
love that
easy
one,
answer is
but
Halloween. That's the easy answer.
honestly, it probably would have to be Halloween. Like, I hate to be cliche with that, but it probably would be Halloween.
Right.
Okay, look, when I say this, I'm not trashing Halloween. It's great. But at this point, is the first movie just a tad bit overrated? Just a little bit.
I guess, depending on what
It
kind of
seems-
standards you're putting that up against. I
think the
yeah,
second movie's better. Better pacing, better kills, better soundtrack.
I just feel like I like part 2 a lot. Like, I like the first 3 a lot, but I just feel like part 2 kind of drags a bit. And
Part 2
Michael
drags and
Myers
part 1
moves
doesn't?
even slower in that movie, and just there's issues with the hospital for me. Like, the hospital should not be as dark as it is. It's just there's small
That's a real thing, though.
imperfections, but I
And
do
I'm
like
surprised-
Halloween 2 a lot. Though.
I'm surprised
I
you
was
don't
just
agree
shitting
that's
the
a
shit
real
out of
thing. You're in
everyone.
Pennsylvania.
They
So the
keep it
hospitals in
pretty dark.
Pittsburgh are dark like that,
Look at
still to
mine.
this day.
I don't get that at all.
I go to
I don't like
hospitals all the time.
tattletales.
Where's dark is that movie? Um, yeah,
I think somebody got their TV too loud.
Turn your TV down, whoever it is.
Just saying, because like probably by the end of the stream, this thing's gonna get flagged.
Who's got their volume up? Not me.
I mean, I always keep mine at 5.
well,
Oh, the bubblegum one. I love that line. That's funny.
Alan got nothing on Big Trouble. Oh, he did.
Can
For
you guys
some
still
reason,
hear?
I can barely hear anybody, and I don't hear a TV. I mean, I hear the TV, but I don't know. I can't hear
Like,
anybody
it's-
for some reason.
It's been turned down. I know that. I don't hear it that much anymore. But I was hearing it like loud and clear.
Can't hear. Okay, that's cool.
I'm gonna back in and come back because for some reason I can barely hear you guys.
You can't hear?
I kind of feel like he's a little like muffled too at the same time. So I think he's got to refresh.
Yeah. Refresh. Maybe his connection. I don't know. I haven't had this many people on using the laptop before. So
I've never had. I don't keep my volume on. There's only one movie I ever watched on YouTube that I turned the volume up. It was a movie I watched with Keith over at Agoraphobe.
right.
And he said that it's public domain. I couldn't remember the name of it, but
Is that better, Cal?
Okay. Yeah, I can
Better?
hear you better now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just everybody
if
sounded like they
y'all
were.
hear
super
noise
low.
in my
StreamYard.
background, it is because my grandma has her television up. And I am not going and telling her to turn it down. Not happening.
Nanette, I got a question for you. You remember the package I sent you with the movies?
Yes.
Have you watched The Entity yet?
No.
Oh, I
my
got Karen
God.
going now.
I
I
love
will
that
watch
movie.
I
You
will
gotta
watch
see.
it
I
after the
specifically sent you that movie because I know it'll like blow your mind.
trial.
I
I
love
think
that
you guys
movie.
just figured out what's your next watch along.
Yeah, that's a really good ghost story movie right there.
If you do that one, I want to come on your channel.
I mean,
Okay.
I have it.
But we
I gotta.
have plans to do 3 watch parties right now. So it's
Yeah, we're
gonna
doing
have
a
to
triple
be week
feature.
after next.
I usually try to base my watch parties on if I can find them online, like if I can find them on Tubi or
It's on
lookmovie.com.
Tubi.
Because when I don't find them on there, it's like people are just showing up to talk in the stream, which is fine, but it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's better to pick ones that everyone can watch.
But I gotta check and see if The Entity is on there because I actually would like to do a stream for that, and that
I
is
have
a
that
very
one.
underrated ghost story.
If you do it, I want to come on your show.
I'll definitely give you a heads up about it.
Okay.
But
I
if that does
love that
happen,
movie.
if that does happen, it'll probably be next month in May.
Yeah. Oh, Jamie's saying do the mute trick. What does that mean?
Like hit the mute button, I think, and then unmute it maybe. Damn, what's all this chat doing? Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the chat here. I just saw that there was a chat.
Pay attention.
See, that's another
Sean.
thing. Like there could be like people backstage, and I'm like, oh, do, whatever. Like,
He's doing it on purpose, guys.
Me and
Me?
Karen are
Karen.
doing a movie marathon watch party for all 3 original Evil Dead movies Wednesday. So
Yes.
Wow.
So
what time's
Yeah,
that start?
5 o'clock my time.
5 o'clock. Yeah. And on Tuesday on Gore's channel, we're doing our show and we're doing the remake of Evil Dead. So you guys gotta
Never,
pop by for that
never
too.
seen that one. But I
We
just bought
may
it.
not do
Next
Army of Darkness. It depends. My friend Heather ordered me Army of Darkness, and it's supposed to come before Wednesday, but it may not.
I love Army of Darkness. Probably my top 10 like 90s horror.
You guys going to see Evil Dead Rise?
I'm gonna wait
might-
till like the
I'm gonna wait.
following week to go see it. I don't do opening night anymore. Every time I do opening night, I got to deal with animals, and I hate it.
Did you say you gotta deal with animals?
Yeah, animals. People that don't know how to act like people.
Oh,
Talking about the teenagers?
Okay, I'll try.
Talking about all of them. All of them. That's all of them. Not just teenagers, all of them.
Sean is so harsh, yo.
Um,
I mean, I'd rather be brutally honest than fraudulent. I know that.
He said, that's a different scale. It's like either brutally honest or fraudulent.
Yeah, it's just not a part of my my DNA. So
People?
but it seems like every time I go to a movie on opening night, I have to hear kids crying, people complaining, people wanting to get up, and I'm just like, I can't even enjoy this movie right now, and I
Yeah.
just spent like $13 on it.
Yeah.
But then I go a week later, there's about 5 people in the theater, and I have a good time.
Yeah. No, that's smart. That's totally smart. I want to see that one in theater, so we're gonna go. But if I can't, I'm okay waiting for it even to stream it later too. I don't know. I'm scared it's gonna be
5 o'clock.
Does it really feel like it's a I mean, I'm not trying to throw shade at it, but does it feel like it's a must theater movie for you? Because for me, it doesn't.
When I saw the trailer, I went and saw Scream 6 and I saw the trailer of Evil Dead Rise, and I was like, okay, I gotta watch this on the big screen because it just felt like that. But now I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know.
That, Echo.
I hope it's good.
Echo is he said no evil dead. White party amazing bulk.
Okay, you can do that on your channel, Echo.
I just found on lookmovie.com that they have the entity, but it's not on Tubi. But the upside of that is on Look Movie, there's no ads. You can watch the whole movie without being disrupted by an ad.
Okay, cool.
So we'll try to set that up for like early next month.
Okay. Awesome. Hey.
Not
I love
doing
that
it.
movie so much.
Is there any malware or viruses on there, Sean?
I highly doubt it. I've used it quite a few times. I've never had an issue. There was one time an ad did pop up and I just clicked right out of it. But ever since then, I haven't seen a single ad or anything.
I had fun watching Birdemic with you and JT. That's a fun movie. Not all that great, but it's fun. It makes me laugh.
Just dropped a ton of ice cream on the floor. Really pissed.
Oh,
Oh,
That's
crap,
rough.
I hit the wrong button.
I know, right? Pissed.
Buck Flower is here. Go Deadites for Evil Rise. Oh,
Oh, so you've seen Renfield.
and it was good? Have any of you guys seen it yet?
No, I
No.
do want to see it though.
I want to see it now that what I've heard about it.
I'm going to wait till
I know.
Blu-ray for that to come out.
I think I'm gonna wait too.
I'm waiting to stream these movies that y'all talking about coming out because
Oh yeah,
I can't go to movies.
they'll come out fast enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, there's times where I will illegally stream a movie, like go on a site, get a torrent. But that's because I'm really curious, and about 9 times out of 10, when I do that, I end up liking the movie, and then I buy the Blu-ray.
Yeah,
So
right.
it's like a double-edged sword. I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing, but I am paying it off later
Don't
by
do no
doing the right
crimes with
thing.
Sean, people, because he'll just tell on you like he just told on himself. No, I'm just joking.
I
He
never
always
seen
tells
that
me illegally
movie.
streamed.
Sounds good,
I
Gail.
can't say it's great. I'm not going to say a movie's great if I've never watched it. Not happening.
If this stream gets busted, we're all going down. You know it.
I don't know no
Okay,
one.
this is so
If
much
anybody
fun,
asks, I
okay.
don't know no one. I didn't see anybody. I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
He's going to even list the chat too. He's going to be like, Haunted by Horror was there, Mayanne was there, Jamie was there, Echo was there. They'll be like, thanks,
Everyone
Sean.
ditches me. I get like everyone unsubscribes and like blocks me. And I'm like, what's going on here?
I'm gonna change my YouTube name to Doppelganger.
Yeah. I think it'll be fine. Oh,
Hello.
Yeah,
Nick Cage
Keith
has
David,
Jack
man.
Rogers. He could do Dr. Rendell for a
If
Dr.
I
Who
get
remake.
ice cream, am I gonna
You
have
know,
to
in
feed
this
it to you?
movie, I forget her name. She was in The Stepfather too. She's the one that knocks him out the window. What you guys think about her character?
Wait, what are you asking exactly?
The female in this movie, They Live. I forget her name. The one with the eyes.
Meg
She was
Foster.
also Meg Foster. Yeah, I just watched her in
Yeah.
Stepfather too. But what do you guys think about her character? Like, do you feel it was even? I don't know. It just feels.
And They Live?
In this one?
Yeah. Mhm.
It's very bland, but it does the job.
Mhm.
It's a kind of a plain, kind of dull character, but it's kind of necessary at the same time because the movie's not really focusing on her.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, I'd agree with
isn't
that.
it so obvious that she is what she is?
Yes and no.
It wasn't for me the first time I seen it, but when
I
I
didn't see
looked
dude
back
getting.
on it afterwards, I thought about it and it made sense. But
I don't want to spoil the movie, but I didn't see a death being caused because of her. You know what I mean? The way it did, towards the end.
Right.
I didn't see that coming.
I mean, maybe they did the character like that on purpose, but I feel like there could have been a little bit more to her character. But then again, that could have probably took focus off of Roddy Piper and Keith David. I don't know. But it does the
I
job.
just watched this for the first time, so I felt like I knew her character was up to something.
That's
I just knew she was evil because of her eyes. Her eyes.
And it was her real eyes too. Yeah.
That's really good to hear though. Like you say that you said you recently watched this for the first time, and then to ask that question, like I think that's pretty cool.
Because she was also in Masters of the Universe. You guys remember that one?
Yeah.
Yep.
never seen.
Meg Foster is a very underrated female character actor.
She was in that
I've
terrible
seen
Jeepers
a lot
Creepers
of
also.
things
You guys remember that one?
What was that, Kale?
She was in that terrible Jeepers Creepers. What was that, part 3? Yeah, part 3.
I never saw part 3.
Neither
It's
have
worth
I.
a watch if you're a fan of the other two, but it's pretty bad.
Like I like the
I'm
other
not doing it. My
the first
friend
two Jeepers
Heather
movies
said
are all
it
right.
was horrible.
I really like 2. I thought 2 was cool.
Yo, the beginning of the second one is creepy as shit, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
That whole cornfield scene, even the way it looks like it's like 1,000,000 degrees outside, and then you just see like this perfectly, like this perfect scarecrow, and like the kid looks up and notices it, like, wait a second, that's not the scarecrow we put up there. And then he also notices that the scarecrow looked over at him real quick. Like that scene is creepy as hell, man.
Dude, when he sniffed them people on the bus, I was like, that was super creepy to me for some reason. I'm like, ooh.
It makes sense, though. Like,
yeah, dude, but it was just like his nose, the way it was like.
First and second.
I mean, even the way he picked out his victims was creepy.
Yo, but and you notice that movie's not very old when you think about practical effects. Like, I just don't understand why they can't do the bare minimum like that movie did. Like, there's practical
It's
and
all
CGI.
money. It's all
Yeah.
money at the end of the day. If it's quicker and cheaper, that's what they're doing. They don't care if you like it.
Yeah, very true.
If we stop watching this stuff and we make it known that we want practical, they'll bring it back. But we don't. We just take what they give us.
I mean, I think one of the best examples is what happened with Star Wars. George Lucas sold Star Wars to Disney and said, here, this is what the story is supposed to continue on to. And Disney said, nah, we're going to do our own thing. And now look what happened. Everything backfired, and no one likes Star Wars now.
Yeah.
I still like it. I don't know if it's as good, but
Barbara
I like it.
Hershey is a great
Well,
actress.
it's mainly the new trilogy. The new
Mhm.
Star Wars trilogy, when that first came out, I did like The Force Awakens.
Yeah,
I
Force was good.
still
Force
don't
was
know
good.
how I feel about The Last Jedi. And then
Mhm.
I'm watching what's the last one?
Rise.
Rise of Skywalker. How is
Mhm.
there people running around on a spaceship in the middle of space without any kind of suit on? Who came up with that idea? Like suddenly in Star Wars, we could just float around in space and breathe perfectly fine. We can do this.
I didn't
Nah,
see. I didn't
doesn't
see
work,
that
man.
last one. But
I
I
mean,
know I
maybe those
did.
movies work for kids, but being a huge Star Wars fan and seeing that is garbage, man. That is some
I
bad
do think
filmmaking.
people were a little hard on Solo though, because it wasn't a bad film. Was it
I
needed? No.
like Solo a lot. I like Solo and Rogue One, but
Mhm.
as far as the original trilogy with The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker, I
Mhm.
own those movies, and they're probably going to collect dust.
I'm
I
not a
thought
big fan of Star Wars.
I thought Rise of the second one was it not Rise, the
Last
other one
Jedi?
but I think it's a decent movie, but I don't think it's a good Star Wars movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like, I feel like The
It
Last
doesn't fit.
Jedi had a strong start. It starts out really good, and then
Mhm.
all this unnecessary character
Yeah,
development
like the
comes
casino
in. And,
stuff. That casino stuff was
yeah,
so
oh,
unnecessary.
awful, man. Canto
Yeah.
Bite. Like, what's Canto Bite? I don't know. Like, even Luke Skywalker, when he was making that movie, he kept saying to Ryan Johnson, like, look, I disagree with everything you're doing here, but I'm going to do it because this is my job. But everything you're doing is wrong right now with my character. And he didn't care. But unfortunately, like that must have been really tough for Luke Skywalker or Mark Hamill to make that movie and watch his character get butchered.
I'm sorry, Karen. I didn't mean to kill your audience with Star Wars. They're probably like, I'm
No, it's totally fine. Totally fine.
Yeah,
guys
you
just
get me
keep
started on
talking.
Star Wars, I go all night. Like if it, honestly,
It's all
like
good. We're
like that's
watching
what
an
got me
alien
into
movie.
movies.
Y'all were
Like
watching
Yeah.
an alien movie.
The original Star Wars movies, when they first came out back in the day, we had pay TV, and I used to skip out of high school to watch the movies.
nice.
Yeah.
wow.
I just know,
They-
like growing up, it was the original Jaws and the original Star Wars trilogy is what made me mesmerized by cinema.
Yeah. Yeah.
And ever since then, it made me want to explore more movies.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah,
different situation with the
It's
movies.
funny. A lot of the people that are horror fans, they're big fans of Star Wars, and I find that a lot of them like Star Trek too. Some only one of the others. I prefer Star Trek over Star Wars though.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, man, this is like the longest fight scene ever. It's like over 5 minutes long. And they
Yeah.
improv'd it too. So Carpenter let them keep it because it was so good.
Like I could see Roddy Piper being able to deal with this, like doing cut after cut. But I don't know how
Right.
Keith David got through this.
He's a big
Looks
Keith
like
dude.
you
David's
know
not a
what to do.
wrestler, like how did he get through this?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about this movie, but on a lot of the movies that I love, I listen to commentary, and they they ask people if they've ever had any training, and even if they don't, they have them go through rigorous training experts where they fight, and they get other people in to show them how to stretch and do all sorts of things before before they actually do the movies, and then they know how to do the stuff that's required. Um,
Yeah,
I
rehearsal's
imagine
key, man.
So Tom Cruise is doing another Mission Impossible.
No,
Yay!
ooh, that's a
He looks like
surprise.
100 years old. I was like, really?
That's one franchise I never cared for.
I
I
Me
never
neither.
followed it either.
See,
I'm not
I
that
think I've seen
huge
the
of a
first one on
fan of
VHS.
Tom
I've never
Cruise.
watched the other ones.
Like, I would
I've
actually
got
like to see the
four
one with
movies with Tom
Philip
Cruise in them.
Philip Seymour Hoffman's in one of them apparently.
Oh,
And
okay.
I always try to check out his movies, even if it's a movie I don't like, because he's
Right.
such a good actor.
Yep.
But apparently he's in one of the Mission Impossible movies, and I kind of want to see that just because he's in it.
Yeah. Oh. No, we don't want another
But
Impossible. I couldn't believe it when I saw the promo for it. I was like, what? Oh,
yeah,
No,
man.
man.
you
Did
know,
he
I
leave
think
more
they just
money?
look at things. I just think they look at the money numbers and they just go like,
They do,
look how good this movie did when we put that one out. Let's revive this franchise again.
they
Like
do
Yeah.
pretty
it's
good. But you know what? From the fans of them, I hear that they're getting better and better, which is different. You don't hear that much, that a movie's getting better the more it goes. Like, people love those movies.
Well, they must. Yeah. If they're making money on them, they must. Yeah.
I mean, they're
I'm
still
sure
making
John Wick
James
will keep
Bond
going.
movies.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I never got into James Bond either, to be honest.
Only ones I like that are
I'm hit or
James
miss with it.
Bond were oh crap, what is his name?
Pierce Brosnan is cool, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's the only ones I like. That and Sean Connery.
I am going to try to watch them one day because maybe it's like a kid thing. I didn't dig them, so maybe like in adulthood, maybe I'll like them. So I'm going to try one day, but that day's far away right now.
Watching them
Like
now.
I think one of the best reasons to go back and watch the James Bond films is to see who the villain is in each movie, because it's always an actor. Like Christopher Walken was a villain in one of them. I think
Hmm.
Donald Pleasance was actually a villain in one of them.
Yeah,
You have
the
like
Sean
all these
Connery.
great actors that played like a villain in James Bond or just straight character actors. It's always interesting to see who's in a James Bond movie.
That's
Yeah,
true.
the one that has Sean Connery, Donald Pleasance plays the bad guy in it. It's
Yeah.
probably one of the reasons I like it so much.
It's
Right.
about something impossible, man. I guess.
I love Donald Pleasance. He was a great actor. He's the reason I like the Halloween movies. I do think it's a big reason
How
I
many times did he
enjoy.
shoot Michael?
66,666 times.
No, that's a new number, Sean. You made that up, didn't you?
It works.
Yeah.
The octopus is on your TV. Sound like an adult film to me, dude.
Mayanne just she's like, I giggle every time I see Octopussy on my TV. You know, I always thought about that too. Like, yo, you're just
Yeah.
letting that title ride on TV right now.
Yeah, I always thought, like, who named this?
But I mean, you know, back in those days, it was okay to call a cat a pussy cat. So like, you can't
Mhm.
really do that now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
everything can't do anything now.
Yeah, you could barely
Or
even
talk
breathe
about
in
that
a
all the
room with
time.
other
No,
people.
no, you know, you got the
You
Pussycat
know,
Dolls off. You got that
speaking
off.
of that, I see people saying, getting uncomfortable talking about Peacock, saying the other half, and I'm like, what? That's the name of the bird. It is a peacock.
People are just kids, boy. I do it sometimes too. Peacock. Cock-a-doodle doo. Yeah.
Yeah, Rob's like
Octopussy and
Octopussy and Goldfinger. Like, dang, dang,
Yo.
dang.
Wow. Yo, I mean, just listen to that. Yo, maybe we should watch the Octopussy and with Goldfinger. Like that just sounds terrible. It's terrible.
It definitely sounds like it should be responded with, like, all right, what are you getting at, bro? What are you getting at with
Yeah.
these two titles here?
Yo, those two titles could get your stream flagged. Oh, just joking.
Yeah.
Do it. Let's go for it now.
It's the name of a bird. It's also the name of NBC. Their company is Peacock.
I was somewhere and a guy named Brad was going on to me about how Hellraiser is an S&M film because of all the tight leather. Just dying like, oh, that's funny way to look at it.
I mean, the whole look of Hellraiser is like the reason why Gothic kids ever got into those movies.
Yeah, but he was saying it's some bondage, like like it has that ties to it, and I just like he made a very convincing argument about it, and it was hilarious though.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like, to be, like, on a serious level, it definitely has those S&M elements there, but
Yeah, dude.
it's clearly a horror movie, you know?
Yeah. Pain is pleasure. How you guys feel about that? See, I just watched the first one for the first time in a long time, so it was like it's been so long I barely remembered it, so it felt like a new watch.
Right.
As much as people love the first one,
movies.
I
Even
think
the ones that
two's
are
better.
direct to TV. I know a lot of people hate them movies, but I love all of them.
I like
it's-
3 a lot. That's the one I watched a lot as a kid. 3.
Yeah.
Which
Actually,
one?
more
I can only tolerate the first 3. I can't even watch Bloodlines or whatever
I
it's
haven't
called.
even
The
seen
fourth
nothing
one.
past
No,
3.
I like Bloodline, but it was the first one I ever seen.
Dude, I never seen nothing past
I
3.
like
Those-
horrible movies.
But like,
But I'm going to
I don't
watch
like.
it.
Yeah, to be fair though, like once Doug Bradley is like not the Pinhead character anymore, that's when
Not
the
the same.
franchise really takes a huge dump.
Well,
Yeah.
what about the new one? Because I hear good things about the new one.
I enjoyed the new one, even though I want to see it again to have a better opinion about it. But I enjoyed it.
I liked it too.
Yeah.
Oh, you watched it, Karen? Oh, that's cool.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm
Yeah.
into
I
the
wasn't-
Hellraiser movies. I've done a bunch of reviews on them, but I agree with the upper, the upper ones in the franchise. They're it gets kind of
But
Like
ridiculous.
I wasn't too sure
You're
how
not
to
a sequel
like.
girl. You don't like sequels too much.
I'm not a
Right.
sequel girl. No, I tend to watch the first movies of everything and then I'm out. Because, back in I was born in the, I was a kid in the 70s. And back then you didn't watch all of these movies. It's kind of more of a recent thing that everyone's really into the franchises and wanting to see these new movies coming out and stuff. That wasn't a thing back then. We didn't do that. So I kind of got in that mentality and I tend to like to watch the first of the movie and then that's it for me. But I'm learning.
Yeah,
Because I know
That makes
everything.
perfect sense in my opinion.
No, because
I mean,
that is
back
the thing
then,
she's
like-
saying. A lot of people say, "Oh, it's always about the first." Very rarely, a second movie is good, but it's after that, it's everything is terrible. A lot of people think that way, but now people are finally respecting certain sequels because there are some good sequels in a franchise. I mean, it's not very often, but there's some good ones out there.
There are.
Yeah, I
Yep.
agree.
Yep, there are.
But I remember.
There's a movie that's in the Halloween movies, and everybody is saying, some people are saying it's crap and everything, but everybody loved it back when it first came out, and that was H2O. Why the heck
Yeah.
do people think it's bad? Besides the CGI mask, and I don't pay that much attention to that.
I got it in my top
I hate
10.
everything about that movie. Every single
Me.
aspect of that movie, I hate it.
Oh boy.
The only thing I
Uh,
didn't like about it was that they didn't mention Laurie Strode's daughter.
yeah,
That
because
kind
it's a reboot. I didn't know that either when I was watching it as a kid, but it's a reboot.
Even like there's issues with the effects in that movie. Like I think it's the first kill, like the kid gets killed with an ice skate, and you see how thick the ice skate blade is? Like an ice skate blade is supposed to be like an inch. The blade was like this big. It just like it looks so silly. Like what's going on? And then every time I see LL Cool J, I cannot take the movie seriously. Every time I see him with his stupid
Why?
security guard outfit. Oh, we gotta go this way, guys. Blah blah blah. Just like, dude, this guy's ruining the movie, even though it's already ruined.
I don't know, man. People
I
like LL in that
didn't
movie.
see it.
I heard people didn't like
I
Buster,
can't
but not
stand him.
LL. Mm.
Like he should be in like more comedic movies. I feel like he's better at that. But every time I see him in a serious movie with his goofy ass shit, it's just like why is this guy in a movie right now?
Oh, no love for LL. Gee.
I mean, I can respect him as a musical artist, but not as an actor. There's not one movie I could be like, yeah, this is like
Oh,
a
dude, you're
golden
crazy.
movie
You
right
didn't like
here.
In Too
I
Deep?
like him.
That's a,
You
yeah,
didn't like
that's a good movie.
Yeah, he was serious in that.
You know, that was his earlier years too. I wish he would have stuck to doing movies like that. But like him in like Deep Blue Sea and I don't know, man, he's too
It's all the
goofy.
same time
For me,
period.
he's too
Deep Blue
goofy.
Sea and Halloween and In Too Deep, they're all like damn near the same year.
Like 99, I think that was.
I think it's 97 or 98, something like that.
Well, Deep Blue Sea is definitely 99.
Okay. So Halloween H2O is like 97, 98. I think In Too Deep is
Yeah.
the same.
98. It was made
Like-
in 98.
The only reason why I definitely know that Deep Blue Sea is 99 because I remember when that came out in theaters, me and my friends snuck into the theater to see Deep Blue Sea, and then
Mhm.
we realized that we can sneak into another movie. So we went and saw the South Park movie because that came out in 99. And then after that, we were like, we can go watch the Blair Witch Project next too. Let's go watch that. So we watched that, and then eventually we're like, all right, let's go home. So we saw 3 movies in the
That's
theater that day
fun.
for free.
And didn't get caught.
No, that was the days when it was easy to do that.
Yeah. Man wants to see The Thing as a watch party. So one of us has got to do that.
I'm always down for that. I don't think she's ready for that.
No?
Her mind's gonna be
Come
blown with
on,
that
that
movie.
is a great
Yeah, that's a
movie.
great film. You seen the original, Sean? The Thing?
What, The Thing from Another World? Yeah, I've seen it. It's been
Yeah.
a very long time, but I have seen it.
What'd you
Like
think?
the last, honestly, like I saw a lot of black and white films, older films like that when I was a kid,
Right.
and I've always enjoyed them for what they are. But I always preferred a color movie over, so I feel like I can relate to it more. I feel like I'm like involved in it. But
Right.
older black and white films, like nowadays, I can appreciate I can appreciate what they are, or like for what they are exactly. But growing up, I wasn't too crazy about like black and white films. Like I remember the only real black and white film that actually ever scared me was House on Haunted Hill.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
scene at the end when the skeleton ends up pushing the lady into the acid vat.
Yeah.
Like that scene petrified me. But like ever since then, when I was a kid, any other movie I saw in black and white, it just never fazed me.
Right.
Like even when I
yeah.
saw Night of the Living Dead, I was like, what's going on in this movie? Like everything's just so slow paced. But
Slow pace.
I wasn't
yeah.
able to really appreciate it until I got into my teens. But I also saw the remake for Night of the Living Dead like the first year it came out, and I was like, oh, this is way better. But that's
Yeah.
because I preferred color movies and more modern stuff over the older stuff at that time. I wasn't able to appreciate older films like that when I was younger.
Right. That's interesting. I never thought of it
Yeah,
that way, but you're right.
There's
The
no
black and whites were like on the TV all the
Right,
time too for me, like at my grandparents' house. So
Right.
that's how I got to see them. But it just felt like it was going on and on and on forever. You never really sat
Right.
down and got invested in it. So yeah, that's interesting. Never thought of it
Older
that way.
movies are more dialogue heavy. So like a lot of people even to this day they don't like them. But if you're not into like dialogue, you're not gonna really like older movies.
That's
Right.
a good point you bring up because I think that's probably one of the reasons why I didn't care for a lot of black and white films when I was a kid. Because, like sitting there listening to dialogue, like I'm a young kid, I don't fully understand like what grown-ups are talking about. So,
Right.
and I'm basically watching these movies just to see like something horrific or see a monster or something. Like that was like the main drawing point.
Right.
But now that I'm older and I watch these films and you see them from like beginning to end and every aspect of the movie, and then you sit there and actually listen to everything, you can appreciate it for what it is, like as a whole. I think we're almost like we're past the
Yes.
halfway point.
Oh, you see, Nanette, I told you it wouldn't matter if you weren't watching the movie. We'd all be talking. How's your movie, Nanette?
It's okay. You're at the part where I don't like listening to the thing because Janet Leigh's with her assistant and they're arguing.
Okay. Hey, man, how you liking this movie?
Timestamp is 1:17:45.
117. Okay.
So we're almost done here. I
Alrighty.
think we got about 15 minutes left in this movie.
Yeah.
Can I
A
ask
little
a
bit over.
question? Where does Ocean Chicks come from?
Ocean Chicks Films comes from, I was going to call myself Ocean. Okay. Before that, I was called Vegan Hippie Chick. And that's when I had a cafe and stuff like that. And I live out on the West Coast on an island in BC. And so after that fiasco, I wanted to delete the name and get rid of the whole thing and just be done with it. So I needed another name. And I was doing a lot of ocean activism kind of stuff. So I thought Ocean Chick. And I was going to do that as my name, but it was already taken. So I had to add something else to it, and I randomly just added films to it, and that's where it comes from. And I review horror movies. Makes sense, right?
So it's not even horror related. Cool.
No, I know, because it started out as an activism thing. That's what I first started doing, like sharks and stuff like that. I was really interested in. So I was part of like a group called Shark Angels, and I was going to do that. And I was doing movie screenings in town of like documentary films and that kind of thing. But then COVID hit and I couldn't do that anymore. And I debated it for a long time, but I decided I'm going to go online to YouTube with it. And I started out with that kind of stuff. But then I started thinking I can probably reach more people with the activism through movies. And so I started reviewing movies and stuff. And I found I was gathering this momentum with just followers and people and hanging out in different groups. And I could still talk about activism with those people. And then for some reason, it just gravitated more towards horror. I don't really know why that happened, but it just kind of did. But that's where it comes from. And I just decided I would keep the name.
That's
Huh,
cool.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I never heard her speak on her activism.
Yeah, I have a couple
I never
videos.
did too. So when I had her on my channel, and well, actually, we were talking on Instagram, but then she talked about that.
Well, this coming Thursday, I'm going to a documentary screening in town that's going to have a panel discussion and all that kind of thing. I haven't done that in a long time, but I'm going to go watch that movie and I'm going to review it and do a video on that on my channel, just to mix it up a little bit. And because I figure I can still do that kind of thing. It's kind of horror related. It's the horrors of the ocean, overfishing and stuff.
Or them dumping oil in it.
Yeah, I think like one of the most terrifying things is being left out in the ocean, in open water.
Could be.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Like coming up to the top and being like, "Where's the boat?" Like,
yeah, that'd be freaky.
That would seriously, I probably would be in shock in about 10 minutes. If I realized my situation, I would probably go into shock and just get eaten by something.
There's a movie.
In my dream, I want to go cage diving with great white sharks. That's my huge dream. And if I ever do that, I'm definitely going to film it and do some sort of a video of it.
Yeah, I heard that's like a couple $1,000s to do that.
Yeah, yeah, I'll have to save up for it. But I also heard other countries are better than like going down the coast, but because obviously here it's not, they're not going to be here really, but I want to do that one day. And diving, I would have liked to have done, but I don't know if I could do it now. I feel like I'm too old to do it. I guess I could still.
You have
I'm
to
not
pass
sure.
like a certain test, apparently.
You
There's
do,
like a
yeah.
certain test you have to go through, like with
Yeah.
like respirators and everything, and
Yeah.
I forget
So-
exactly what's involved, but there is some kind of testing you have to do before you're qualified to go scuba diving.
Yeah, we have some of the best diving out here, actually, but it's very cold, very, very cold. But yeah, you do your PADI training or whatever, and you can go you go down to certain depths each time you learn. But I don't know if I could do it now. You know, I'd be afraid I would like cough and choke and die or something.
Get an
That
air
would freak
bubble
me
in the
out.
respirator and make your head blow up.
Yeah, but I'd like to do that one day though.
Do y'all consider salmon seafood?
Salmon is seafood, yes.
Yeah, it's seafood.
Technically, you could consider either one. I mean, they live in the ocean and they go and stream up to fresh water. But
You could also call it cat food too. Cats eat salmon.
just about everything eats salmon. Birds, bears, cats,
Yeah.
people.
I don't know if salmon eats salmon though. That's the only thing I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
They don't eat it.
Maybe some of the factory farm salmon eat salmon. Oh,
Yeah, I saw that Mayanne said that she was she said, I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared of those alien looking things and they live. Well, here's one for you. This is the pop, the Funko Pop for They Live,
oh, cool.
where he's holding his newspaper.
That's cool. I love that.
They are kind of creepy.
They
Oh
are
my god,
creepy.
they're extremely creepy. Definitely.
Do they look? It describes them as a lizard. To me, it looks like a skull.
Yeah, I would say it's more skeletal looking, yeah.
About this movie back.
But apparently, like the people that are playing the aliens, it's only one guy. It's like some
Oh.
Asian guy. He plays every single alien in the movie.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Because like I remember watching the features for it, and apparently it was all based on. They're like, well, some of these guys we got dressed up. They're all different sizes. It's not going to look right. Like, let's
Right.
see if we can get this guy to be willing to do all the shots of the aliens, and he was on board for it.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
So it's actually just one guy playing every alien in the movie.
talk about budget cut. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, that too. That also that money at the end of the day.
Right. It's cool though.
Yeah,
You scared
Oh.
Nan, Sean, with your figurine. You didn't warn her enough.
but,
He said, Jesus.
salmon, shrimp, and oysters are the only seafood I like. But I'm very picky about my them three foods. They have to be cooked a certain way. They,
I agree with you.
Yep, me too.
Yo, I love calamari though. Like I'm not really a big
I don't.
seafood person. I'm not a big seafood person, but I love calamari.
I don't even know
for
what that is.
anyone that don't know what calamari is, it is fried octopus.
To me, it
They're
tastes like
talking
onion
about-
rings.
They're talking about chicken now. Daniel
I
made
just-
a joke and they're talking about chicken.
But calamari is like you can't just go anywhere and get calamari. You have to go to like a well-known restaurant. Like you can't just like walk into like a pub and be like, "Oh, he's got calamari on the menu. Yeah, let me get that." It's probably going to be bad. You got to go to like a real seafood restaurant.
Worked at a seafood restaurant.
Your aunt?
She lived on the coast in Oak Island. And she worked at a seafood restaurant, and she had me come there, and that's what I ordered. That's how I know what it tastes like. But it was way too chewy. I don't like chewy things
Yeah.
or have. Texture. Don't get me wrong. I like onion rings, but if I have to chew for a long time, it bothers me.
Well, I know if you're eating calamari and it's chewy, that means it's bad.
Okay, then.
It's got a little bit of a chewy texture, but if you're really chewing it and still chewing it and it's not ready to be swallowed, then you better spit that out. That's probably some bad shit.
What are we talking about here?
Chicken,
I don't
seafood.
know. We're talking about
We're talking
Dayland.
about fried octopus.
I just made
Oh.
sure.
Hey, Gore, do you want to come up?
Hello,
Cool.
I can send
Gore.
you the link.
Hey, Keith's here. What's up, Keith? Oh, Keith, I got back to your email, man. I apologize about that. I don't always get my notifications for emails, and I saw
Yeah,
your
'cause
email about the fog or whatever, but I totally understand where you're coming from, but I replied back to you, and there's absolutely no bad blood, dude. We're good. We're good. Trust me. Everything's
Do you-
fine.
Do you understand where I'm coming from when I says get an Instagram buddy so we can talk to you more regularly? He ignores me
Yeah,
on that though.
yeah.
Yeah, I understand that,
not
but
going
it's
to do
still
that.
it's still like it's still I have no appeal for it at all. I go on Instagram and I want to get off of it right away every time I go on it.
I go
Okay,
on it every
Sean.
day.
I mean, I
have
can
a,
use it. I just don't see the point.
I have.
The point is
My
so we can
friend
connect
has a
with you
rule for me.
easier.
They're like,
Well, if
you
anybody
may
wants
not
my
feel
cell phone,
good
let me
in
know.
there,
I'll give
but
it
if I
to
don't hear from you every day, I'm not gonna leave you alone till you answer me. But yeah, that's Heather. But yeah, I'll go on there for like 5 minutes when I don't feel good. But
I'm just enjoying this scene, like them just like running through the hallways, just shooting the shit out of out of guards.
oh crap, I missed it.
Roddy Piper got Keith David killed though, if you think about it. Should have shot that girl. No, I'm just playing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see,
Okay, no problem. I just
his
thought I'd ask.
character is like he's Roddy Piper in this movie. He's like 1 foot ahead of himself too much in this movie. And that's what gets certain people killed in this movie, including that's it. I'm not gonna ruin anymore.
So Mayanne is the only one that hasn't seen it, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure everybody else seems to have seen this before.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't for Roddy Piper's sacrifice, the world wouldn't know about the aliens.
Oh, speaking of movies that Sean sent me, he sent me this.
Dude, if they
What is
bring this
that?
back, it'll probably be a TV series.
It is a King of Horror collection. It's 4 Stephen King movies, and it's got It,
Cool.
Bad Eyes, The Shining, and Salem's Lot.
Anybody into that new Children of the Corn flick?
I like it. Nobody
Okay.
else has seen it except for JT and Jim, which Jim is now a star, but they like it too. So yeah,
I seen the
Hold
video
on
of
to that, or I
JT
thought you were
dead.
going to spoil the ending.
I almost did, and I was like, wait, there's people watching this. The movie's over now.
Mine's almost
not
over.
mine.
You know, I think the reason why, like, watch parties, like, everybody's off by, like, a few seconds, I think it has to do with, like, everyone's live time or something. Because, like, I feel like, you know, like, there's always those small delays, and I feel like they add into the time. I think that's probably what causes it.
Must be. Yeah.
That's
I
the
think it's
only, like,
okay, though.
logical thing I can think of is, like, because, like, for instance, like, JT, at JT's horror discussions, he's always got to, like, plug in his laptop because it freezes on him. And when that happens, his time is going to be off from my time. no
Right.
matter if I pause it or what. It's still going to be off by a few seconds.
Right.
But it's so crazy to see when it's like, where
Yeah,
you at? I'm at 25 minutes. Oh, well, I'm at 18. Like, that far off? Like, what the hell?
what's going on? Yeah. Well, when Echo and me and Nanette were watching Dead Snow, that was on set. Every 10 minutes there would be 5 commercials. I didn't even know how we got through that movie.
What was that,
bad.
Tubi?
They
Was
was
that
having-
on Tubi
No,
or
it's
something?
Plex.
It was
Plex.
what?
Plex.
What's
She
Plex?
watched it on
Plex
Plex.
has got free
Me
movies
and
too.
Echo watched it on Tubi.
Yeah, I can't
Plex
deal
is-
with those
I didn't know you
ads.
can use
Yeah.
Plex without signing up for it.
Yeah, you can. Free. That's why they have so many commercials. But I don't recommend it because that was a lot.
Well, my movie is finished too.
Yeah, mine's done now
Well,
too.
I definitely recommend checking out lookmovie.com because there's no ads and they have a lot of good movies on there.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I heard about that.
I'm
before.
not doing that. Sean, it's not on Fire Stick, and I will not watch a movie on my phone.
What'd you think,
Okay.
man? Yeah, we did. It was a party tonight.
You guys don't just cast it to your TV when it's on your phone?
No, I never do.
Does that
Okay.
work? I've never done it before.
I've tried
Yeah, I mean,
doing that,
You
and
can
it don't
you can
work
cast
with my
YouTube to your
phone.
TV. You just hit that little TV button up in the right corner and say okay.
Like I've done it for like sports before, but overall I just don't do it. Like if I keep the phone and the TV kind of separate.
I don't like phone. There is a reason for it. Every damn 5 seconds, ring, buzz. Someone ain't bothering me calling or
That's a hell of a
texting.
ringer.
Oh god.
I'm getting ads.
Yeah. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
Yeah,
I
that's
have
enough to
everything
make
shut
you
off.
want to call it a night.
So one time I got so damn mad, I was fed up with it. I had no relief all dang day and night, and I had a headache, so I threw my damn phone in a bucket.
I've
This is a
been
very
there.
short movie, isn't it? They Live. It's already over, right?
Yeah,
It's
it
an hour and
did.
34 minutes. It's an average
Yeah.
feature running time. A little over 90
Yeah,
minutes.
But there's just so much to it. That's why I said I'm shocked there's not one sequel or anything. Just there's so much more.
You could make
Yeah,
a sequel, but in a way, like with Roddy Piper dying, like who's the main character going to be in the sequel though? You know, like
You gotta
I'm
have
sure
new
they
blood.
could work that out, but I don't know who the
Yeah.
main character would be for the sequel. Unless we get like
Could
some
be.
kind of prequel, maybe a prequel to an origin story.
Yeah, Rob, that's what I have too. Google Chromecast. I've just never tried it. It always comes up the notifications to do it, but I've never done it before. I'll have to try it.
You never done it?
I ain't
Okay.
talking
Kevin
about
just asked.
people
Fine.
bothering me when I know and everything. I'm talking about
Dude, once you do it, you never go back because there's so many movies on YouTube and stuff. So
Yeah, that's true. You know, Kevin just asked if the fog was over. So-
Yes, it's
Yeah.
all over. How was it? Was it good? We're doing that next time. We're all gonna choose movies.
You know, I scheduled a watch party for the Fog on April 21st, and go figure, Evil Dead Rise comes out that night. But the reason why I picked that night to watch the movie is because the movie itself takes place on April 21st.
Oh,
And for like the past few years now, it's just something I did every year on the 21st. I make sure to watch The Fog on the 21st, and also my
Right.
birthday. My birthday's a couple days before it, so it's like just something I just ended up doing all the time. And I was like, I'm gonna do a watch party, and then after I scheduled it, I'm like, damn, Evil Dead Rise comes out on that day. Like no one's gonna be there for it.
Oh, you don't know that though. I bet you a
Okay.
lot of people will be there because not many
Yeah.
people go to the movies. I went and saw Pope's Exorcist yesterday,
wow.
and there was nobody there. Like it was just like no one
And
goes
I'm
to
going
the
to
theater. It's too
mention-
I'd be
expensive.
surprised to hear that these movies are making so much money because I'm like, yo, from what I see, people don't be in the theater like that.
They're not at all. Even Scream 6 when I went, we didn't go on opening day though.
Mhm.
it was not full. Wasn't a full theater.
They
People can't
probably
afford
don't
it.
have theaters anymore. But when I went to see Jurassic World, the last one, there was a lot of people in there, more than I thought there would be. I mean, especially for the damn price they're asking for damn tickets. It costed $21 for me and my aunt a piece for tickets, and she got senior citizen discount.
Wow. When I went to the Pope's Exorcist, my daughter and I went, and she's definitely not a child anymore. But the girl charged us for an adult and a kid. I was like, right on, thank you. Saved $4.
So, what age do you start letting your kids watch horror movies? I'm curious.
Oh, my daughter's been watching since probably she was like, well, we watched The Walking Dead, her and I, when she was like under 9, like probably 8 or 7.
Mm-hmm.
And she was fine with it. I just let her do, I let her decide if she wants to do that. And then by 9, she was like telling me about the Japanese, the rings and all that we had to rent them and watch them. So personally myself, I think better to certain things I think I would not let her watch, but if she's interested in that kind of thing, I'll let her watch and decide for herself and process it, and I don't
What
have a
about
problem with that.
like the slashers? Would you let them watch that at a young age, like the Nightmare on Elm Streets?
For my daughter, just with how she is, yeah, I would let her if she wanted to watch that. Things maybe with like violence against women and that kind of thing without saying the words, that kind of stuff, I don't know that I would like let her see that too young, but I think it depends on the mentality of the child, really. But I had a best friend growing up, and she was always stopped. Everything that she wanted to do was always controlled, and she was the worst kid ever because she'd get grounded all the time and sneak out and do everything because she couldn't. My mom would say to me, okay, you can do that, but you're going to have to deal with not sleeping at night and all of these things. And I was really good because I didn't feel controlled. So I think it really depends on the kid.
Yeah.
If you think your child's going to go and stab people to death afterwards, then maybe not a good idea. Or if they're going to be horrified and not sleep and have to go to a therapist afterwards, then maybe not a good idea. But
it feels like that's part of it, though, right? Like a movie that scares you that bad. I mean, there's only going to be a few, but as a kid, I mean, you still, even though it's terrible at the time, it's still, that's what makes you kind of fall in love with horror in a way.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's like a double-edged sword.
Right.
It's like forbidden fruit, but you want more. You know?
Right. And then there's
this is gonna terrify me, but I want some more of it.
Right. And then there's movies that don't bother you at all, but they still get in your dreams somehow. Like,
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I remember the first time I saw Return to Oz, 1987 film. It's a Disney movie.
Right.
But when I saw that when I was a kid, there was just so many weird and freaky images. Like, I don't know if you guys are very familiar with that movie, but there's these guys they call the Wheelers, and they have like these like kind of like Joker laughs that they do, and they're like wheeling around, like their arms and legs, like they have these like little wheels on them,
right?
And they have a real creepy laugh, and like just stuff like that really creeped me out throughout the movie.
Right.
And then also like the main protagonist in the movie, I believe her name is Mombi, but like she can take her head off and switch her heads out, and she has a whole museum of her heads,
right?
Like in this giant palace, and it's just the way everything's portrayed about it. It's a PG Walt Disney movie, but the movie scared the hell out of me when I was a kid.
And plus, the Wizard of Oz comes from a dark place.
It was a thing that I seen.
Yeah.
YouTube, and they were talking about movies that are terrifying to watch for children. And they said that that was one of the movies. And they also said that Walt Disney got all these psychiatrists and stuff to see what scared children, and he purposely put it all in that Return to Oz movie. So yeah,
Well,
that
well,
movie is supposed to have scared you.
Walt Disney
Yeah, it
is a
definitely
very
did.
interesting character. If you really look him up, he's into a lot of stuff. So like when people talk about imagery and all of that stuff, they're in even the kid cartoons. They're in there because he's into that. Once you start looking him up, you'll see he's really deep into that stuff.
Right. Man says she'll be there for the fog, Sean. So there you got one
I've never
viewer.
seen the Fog, Sean, but
Okay.
I have it.
No, I'm sure it's gonna be a good, like a good regular turnout. But I was
Yeah.
like, damn, I scheduled that
Yeah.
on like the biggest movie of the year.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
just
hard
do the
to.
remake. Do the remake first, and then that way, so if nobody shows up, it's okay. It's the remake.
That's actually not a bad idea, but I can't watch that movie ever again. The remake.
I don't remember it, but I remember not
Traumatizing.
enjoying it because I was a fan of Tom Welling, but I didn't like the movie when I saw it. But maybe it'll be better if I watch it again. I don't know.
I kind of like that movie.
And that never surprises me. Everything I think you're not gonna like, you like.
She likes.
Yeah.
It's not as good as the original Fog movie, but I like the backstory of it. But there's things about it that I didn't like. But yeah, my movie taste is all over the place.
That's good.
Mine just
Um,
like when it
I'm
comes
gonna
to
say
horror,
something
like
about the Post Exorcist. It's
Here's another movie I bet y'all will be surprised I like.
what is it?
A
Can't see.
Golden Christmas.
Right.
I
That-
love movies about dogs.
So you like Marley and Me?
I've never seen that movie actually.
Yo, I think the
Homeward
funniest thing
Bound.
I ever saw for that movie, like that movie Marley and Me. It's about this like golden retriever. I think Jennifer Aniston's in it.
Yeah.
And there was like a bus stop advertisement with the movie poster, and someone took spray paint and wrote "The dog dies" at the end on it, and took a picture and put it on the internet. And I was like, "Oh my god, that's so effed up, man!" Like, not just to like spoil the movie, but like just to be like, "The dog dies at the end." Like, oh my god.
and we don't need to see
Yeah,
that. See, Homeward Bound was perfect. Like you got some
Oh,
sadness
I
with
love
the
that
dog, but
movie.
you also got
The
a
two
got a
Homeward
good
Bound
thing.
movies, they're
Yeah.
my favorites.
Like I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Do we really need dog killer movies at this point? No, I'm just joking. I guess we kill everything
Probably
else,
not
right?
going to work out. You know, like when I was a kid, I wasn't allowed to
There
really
is a
watch
dog
horror
killer
movies
movie.
because, like, I like there's some movies my parents would be okay with, other movies not at all. But whenever there was a war movie on, my dad would let me sit there and watch it. And I remember seeing Full Metal Jacket at about 7 years old, and it really like traumatized me.
Yeah.
Like I'm watching people's like, people getting blown to pieces and everything. I'm like, oh my god, I need to act like this is not terrifying me, or he's gonna send me to my room. But my dad would be okay with war movies, but if it was Freddy Krueger or anything else, you're not watching that.
You're not watching it. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, but it's okay to watch people get blown up with like RPGs and everything.
Yeah, I remember
That's
that. Yeah, those movies
ridiculous.
were on all the time.
Do you remember the
See, my
movie
parents was more
Enemy
like,
at
no,
Enemy at the
no,
Gates?
as long as it ain't adult film. They were
I
Kinda
heard
do.
of it.
I think
I
I
went-
do.
I went and saw that with a friend in the theaters. Loved the movie. He hated it because there's a kid that gets killed in the movie and there's a random sex scene. And just because of those two scenes, like, this movie sucks. Like, dude, it's awesome.
Where did echo
Yeah,
come
people
from?
get turned off by the
There an echo
littlest
in here?
things, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's here.
There is an echo in here.
yeah. And the story I was going to tell Mayanne about what happened with me and the Godzilla roar. I had it
Yeah.
as my notification for my phone. And I was playing a video game called Fear, trying to figure out if I can stream it. You know what tunnel vision is?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I had complete tunnel vision, and another YouTuber, Cody Ray 119, messaged me. And because of the tunnel vision, not figuratively, but literally, I jumped and screamed. And then I'm messaging him, "You son of a bitch, you asshole, you're trying to kill me." And I told him, and he finds it funny as hell. He damn near almost killed me. And I got rid of the ringtone because of that, because my heart can't take it.
But like I was saying to you earlier, Karen, thank you for having me up. I was very honored and I was very pleased that you asked me. Plus, we haven't done
Aw.
something together in like almost could say years, because I remember my very first live was with you. So I appreciate
Yeah.
coming up, and anytime you
Yeah,
need me
of
to come up
course,
or you
Cal.
want me to, I'm there.
We've all
It was
kind
fun.
of gone off in our different directions, so it's kind of sad. And when you reminded me of that back, because that was probably maybe 3 years ago, even, right?
It was at least 2, just about now.
At
Yep.
least 2, yeah. And I forgot, that it'd been a long time since we did that. And I'm meeting all kinds of new people now, and it's funny because they don't realize that we were all, back doing
Mhm.
this a long time ago now. So it's
Right.
pretty cool. So yeah,
It was kind
absolutely.
of
You're
cool
always
too,
welcome.
because I remember I reconnected with you guys after that live. Like I met Al again, and then I met Katie again, and you.
Yep.
So it was just weird. And then when I went back and watched that not too long ago, I was just like, wow, that
Yeah.
just bring all the memories back. But thank you, because I don't get up on lives too much anymore, as Echo knows. I'm not
I think
invited
the
as
first,
much, so it's
I think
very
the
cool to
first
be
time,
invited.
I
Yeah.
think the first time I was on a live stream with Cal, Pat had to basically bait him. Started shit talking. What was it, Superman 4 or something? And next thing you know,
Oh,
here
man.
comes Cal.
I had a
you know.
back and forth with Pat long time ago, and I remember the very first time you came up to the stream, he was really like going in on me, and that's the first time they bring you up on the stream. So I kind of met you under different circumstances, but it was nonetheless, it was cool.
Echo or me?
Oh,
Echo.
Echo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyle, me and Karen are doing a live stream marathon of Evil Dead on my channel if you want to join us.
Yeah, I'll have to check your channel and hit the notification for that. But I could have swore I hit the notification for this one, because I remember, Karen, you mentioned this about joining you for the stream for They Live, and I
Right.
was like, yeah, I'm on board for it. And then I jumped online tonight. And I'm like, shit, I forgot. Like I was supposed to be a part of this, but it looks like I made it in time, so it worked
You
out.
did, yeah.
Yeah, I was late
That's
too.
super cool.
I was about like
I'm
15
always
minutes
super
late.
casual.
Yeah,
Anytime
glad
you
it
Can I
guys
ask
worked
one
want
more
out.
to talk
question,
for-
Karen? I got one more
Sure.
question for you.
Sure.
The bird, the crow, like, is that a representation of something? Because you always have the crow in your ads.
I just kind of rebranded everything a while ago, and I thought it was cool. I think crows are really cool. My daughter, since she was little, she would always they always attack us out here and stuff. There's so many birds on this island. It's not even funny. And the crows will dive bomb and attack your head. So I don't really like them. But when she was little, she would scare them, and then they would come to her and look at her and stuff. So I really like the crow, like it's a spirit animal or something. But I just rebranded my thing a while ago with the reds and everything. I don't know why.
You
Just
can do
Okay,
your
no,
own
I was
recreation of
curious.
birds.
Because I was thinking of Omen too. You remember Omen 2, where he
Yeah.
was the crow? So
That's a good
I was
one,
just
too.
curious, and I've been meaning to ask you. I'm like, I wonder what she like. Is that a special thing to her, or is that something personal, or is it like a movie thing? So I just was curious.
it's kind of a random thing, but I've been thinking about it lately because the crow has a lot of meaning behind it. The
Mhm.
animal itself,
Mhm.
and I forget what it means, but I wrote it down, and I was thinking of doing a tattoo like that actually, as maybe my next tattoo.
Okay. Well, maybe you should do a watch
So-
along for the crow. I don't.
Maybe I should.
Do you
Yeah.
guys think it's really hard to tell the difference between a raven and a crow?
Yeah,
I think it's
Totally.
Not
really
I
hard.
think the raven's bigger, right?
Is it?
Bigger
Yeah.
I
than the
think
other
so.
one.
Yeah, it's the size.
But their faces look identical. Like their beak, the shape of their head, everything looks identical.
Right.
It
We
seems
started
like a
getting
raven
into-
is more nature-like. It
Easier
does
to
its thing,
tame
but a
and
crow
to
seems
get
like it's
to
airy,
work
like
with
it's
or
looking for a
move
carcass.
than crows.
Yeah. We started getting them in Virginia right before I left in '92, and we'd be playing in military housing, and they'd land near us. I can't remember. I don't know if it was ravens or crows, and they were just like they weren't scared of us or anything. They were just there. Creep us out though, because you'd be playing all
No,
of a sudden.
it has to be crows.
Yeah, it scared us because as kids we're playing and they're just looking at us.
Crows are weird. Like they're pretty smart. They can be really aggressive when they have their babies and stuff. And yeah,
Oh yeah,
they're
what
pretty.
was it? I don't know what kind of bird it was, but last 2021, I gone to a memorial thing, and some eagles got near a bird's nest, another bird's
Right.
nest, and oh boy, they were mama bird and papa bird, I think it was, went into protection mode, chasing these big ass, raptors around, like, get away from our nest.
Well, Echo, I mean, when dolphins come around, I would be scared too. Like, what is this dolphin doing out of the water? That's probably what they were thinking.
But yeah, Marianne, I understand completely. It's so much better to watch movies with others, and
Well, it
I mean-
depends on who you watch it with. Some people, might, say, watch The Amazing Bulk, which you need to.
Like, I can totally relate to what Mayan's saying, though.
Like you. I hope you felt that.
Nan, there's a line of people who want to do that, so get in line.
I mean, like basically what Mayan just said. She said, so all you guys make me so happy. I used to go to bed and search for horror movies to watch all by myself. Like, that's kind of why I started my channel, because when I started my channel, it was like, I don't need, like, I know the knowledge. I have all the cinema knowledge that I need. I know enough movies and stuff, but I felt bored as a collector. Like, I felt like it was something like a hobby that I'm doing by myself, but this is something that should be shared with others. And I was just lurking, watching people's videos, and I was like, I should probably just start a channel and start doing videos. And that just opened me up to meeting more people, and really just proved myself wrong that, like, you can do this on your own, but it's going to get boring. You gotta interact with people,
Yeah.
It's
I
so
agree.
much fun too to do to interact with other people, do watch along, live streams. It's so fun.
Exactly. I never realized how fun all this shit could be until I actually, inserted myself, like actually applied myself to it.
Yeah, it's a bit scary at first, but then when you sort of figure it out and you start meeting all the different groups, it's actually really cool. And it's so crazy. Like Cal and I were talking about like way back, and there was just a few of us. There's so many people now. It's just insane. Like so many lives and so many videos, and it's really fun. Really, really
Yo,
fun.
I just turned on my notifications again, and my phone, it's like every 5-10 seconds, notification, video upload. I'm like, oh my God, dude.
And the messages.
You should hear my.
Oh, I know.
And everyone
more-
gets so mad. You didn't
Yeah.
message me back. Why didn't you come to my live? You can't do that live because I'm doing a live. I'm like, oh my
Yeah.
God, I need a drink.
No, I tend to keep my phone on mute. I keep my phone on mute in the morning when I turn it on.
Yeah.
If you know what a vibrator sounds like, that's what my phone sounds like in the morning.
Yeah, I believe it. I can't imagine, Echo, how you and Katie and oh my God. Because I do.
It's
I have
nice.
to learn to just only reply at certain times and only do I gotta do something because I'm like so overloaded right now. I can't even think.
Yeah, sometimes you just need a break, though. Sometimes that, people
It,
don't understand it, but
yeah.
when they finally are hit with it, it could be a lot. And then,
Yeah,
dealing with
most of
life
us
things.
in the horror
Yeah.
community are great. Most of the people in the horror community are great and everything, but every once in a while you'll find a bad seed. That needs to be
Oh,
cut
yeah.
out.
We're not a bad
Well,
person,
we
just
know
someone that
all
you don't
about
No,
kill.
we've pretty much got rid of, like, after last year we had some bad seeds. We pretty much got rid of them.
There's some bad apples, but I try to be nice to everybody because just because somebody has an issue with somebody doesn't mean, I'm not into casting somebody out for other people's problems.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'll hear what you're
Well,
saying and I'll be aware of it, but I'm not going to
Yeah.
treat any of you guys funny because somebody else has a problem with it. And I don't think that's fair that anybody should do that.
And
You're
we
super cool,
don't
Cal.
get upset when somebody's bickering or stuff. We get upset and kick people out of the community when they start attacking everybody and causing problems to the point
Yeah.
where they could
I-
get
I-
you in trouble. Or
The first time I saw how good this community was, this goes back to last year when me and Al did that deep dive into Voodoo Zombie whatever Apocalypse. It was for Dollar Tree. No, it was Tubi Tuesday, and there were some people who do a podcast who went around attacking YouTubers who were doing Tubi Tuesday. Said that you're ripping us off. This is blah blah our idea. They came into the chat of the stream and started. And the next thing you know, we all got around Al and we went after them. And by the way, we probably had more viewers for all videos and Tubi Tuesday streams than they did for their little podcast. And last I looked, I think they were still every now and then saying, well, everybody's ripping us off.
Yeah, me.
Like, how can you be salty over something like that? Like, that's not something that you literally came up with and copy wrote. Like,
They're from Australia or whatever. They just got butthurt and they were going, because at first I thought it was just Al, but then I started hearing they were going after other YouTubers. And they basically came up against us and got called out for it.
I think sometimes people just like that kind of drama, you know? They like to cause shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama going on in the community as a whole, like in different parts. I see it all the time. Unfortunately, I see a trend happening though where it's becoming very high school, like very cliquish, like people are forming cliques together. And that's okay in a way because sometimes as personalities, we bond with other people based on our personalities. Of course, that's just going to happen. But when they make it become high school and fraternity, like where they're above everybody and they cast other people out and stuff like that. I see a lot of that happen and it's very unfortunate. And that's why I be saying, like, even when you think people are coming and making trouble in your comments, sometimes texts come off a little differently because there's no emotion. You can't hear the way somebody's saying something.
Right.
You got to watch what you're typing.
And you got to be a little bit lenient and not be so quick with that button. And sometimes people are quick with that block button because they've had a problem prior. And so they think, oh, this is just another problem. But sometimes it's not like that. Some of these people need an outlet, you know? I see people come in with problems sometimes and it just need somebody to listen, you know?
Yeah. I'm learning to slow down. And like when you get hit with something like that, maybe don't answer it right away. Take a step back and then come back to it because maybe it, you know, there's a better way to answer it rather than.
Yeah. It's basically that relates to, you know, stopping and thinking before you act. But sometimes a situation could be so heated that it makes you react. And then you're like, why did I just do that?
Yeah.
Right. And then the mob mentality, there's a lot of mob mentality going on. And, you know, I mean, I just think we should give everybody a benefit of the doubt. I mean, sometimes you know what it is, and sometimes you just got to be a little lenient and let people, you know, they're just, you know, sometimes it's not drama. It's just something else, but it's not like, I think we jump to conclusion. I don't know. I just see a lot of people being hard on other people lately. And it's just, I miss people being like, you know how you were just talking, Karen, when we were just all independent and we all just went to each other's channels and we just met each other. It was just free. Now it just feels like, you know, we're just set in our ways. And if you don't conform to how we're doing things over here, it's just like, where's the fun in that? You know, it's just.
I have certain things that I make rules about things that if you cross the line on one or all of them, I cut you off. But there's a reason for it. I have to be that way because I've been through too dang much stuff that people have it stresses me out and it gets me upset and I have depression, which means if I get too stressed out, I might go.
I think the first person I ever really had trouble with was that one person who caused trouble for Nan and me. Remember him? And he was somebody who basically said a racial slur on one of my streams. And then he was like, I'm going to leave YouTube. Yeah, and all that drama. And then he was like trying to say he was hacked, and he wasn't.
Right.
And Nan, and I got really pissed because when I went to talk to Nan, she was crying. Because he had said a whole bunch of shit to her, you know, like he earned her trust and shit. And there's like, no, I'm not playing that game.
When I was, just to be clear, when I was talking, I'm not really referring to people that's obviously bad people, but it's just like, you know, like when we see little comments into things, and sometimes they can be taken either way, but depending sometimes how we're feeling, like we're all, you know, we're human, so we make mistakes, we might take it the wrong way. Just be a little bit more lenient, you know.
There's times
not so much.
I hear what you're saying.
I try to let people have their say and stuff. But no, I don't get upset usually with people talking in comments and stuff. So.
Mhm.
I mean,
And I
there's
just
times
don't
I
like
leave a comment and I go back and read it again, and I'm like, that don't even sound right, and it's probably gonna come off wrong. So I got to go back and edit that and reword it.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, you
And
know,
then
your
there's
intentions are good, but no one can see your expressions on your face or even hear the tone of your voice.
Yeah.
So
It's
those
right.
things
true.
can be tricky to deal with.
Right. And then it's just like if you're not there to see something unfold or you really don't know the whole story of stuff, I hate to see it. And I see a lot of this guys lately is oh, this person said this or this person had a fight with this person, you know, and then they're expecting you to pick sides. Or
Yeah.
well, if you were our friend, you won't
I
be over
would.
there hanging out with
See,
them. And that's not cool. Yeah.
It's not
that's
No.
the
cool.
shit that
Yeah.
gets
Most
views
times when
too.
somebody did that to me, I was like, okay, you want me to pick a side? Fuck you.
Mhm.
I'm gone. I'm not having anything to do with you. You ain't
Mhm.
putting me in the middle of
And then, you
this.
know, some people
I would.
just are disappointed too. They just be like, oh, they expect you to pick a side. Like, say if I was Sean's friend, I've been hanging with him for like 3 years, and then he has a falling out with somebody, and then if I still go over there and do something, he may not say nothing, but they feel offended. Like, well, if you know, you know, and it's just I don't think that's fair to put on people. Everybody's problem is their problem with each other. Let's not make it a whole community thing because that's how this stuff disbands. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, for people to do that, that's just adding to the volatile of it. Just like they're just
Hmm.
making it more worse than it actually is. But
Hmm.
people love that shit, man. I don't know.
They
People
do.
just love that shit,
I
man.
don't,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
because life is full of that. So I think here's I kind of like it to be as best as possible. You know, it's like an outlet, and it's cool to make these new friends and stuff because we get enough of that in the real world. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to have fun and not deal
Right.
with that shit. This is a
Me
getaway.
too.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
bringing politics. That's what I mean. Not actual real politics, but that's politics. Like, oh, you can't be over here if you're going to be over here. Like, there are really people that are doing that. They don't really want you on their streams if you're doing a stream with this one because they're the rival. They go on in the same time slot as us, and
Yeah.
like, come on, guys. Like, we're just having fun.
Yeah. That's why I always keep my lives pretty like chill and whatever. We do what we do. I've even done where I had a movie planned and I'm like, oh, someone else is doing that movie. I'll change it. Whatever. It's not, I'm not attached to it. It doesn't matter. It's all good.
Yeah, but and they're also
Um,
movies too. It's like you nobody owns the movie. If you want to do it,
yeah.
do it. Like,
True.
you know.
True. Yeah,
But
what
it just
people need to
Mhm.
understand too is your channel is building your crowd. So you're gonna eventually have all kinds of people that don't even do YouTube on your channel. It's not necessarily they're gonna go to everybody's channels and everyone's like
Mhm.
fighting over each other. Like,
Right.
so you just have to have fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
everybody
Here's
wants to
that
be
can be
serious.
tough
They want to be
sometimes too, man.
yeah. Everybody wants to be
But
a
like,
show though. You know, they take it
I
serious.
know, like me and Hobbs, me and him are just we're not cool anymore. We had our differences, but I'm not gonna get into like the whole story of it. Like I think Hobbs is still a great guy, regardless of me and him with our differences. But there was just some things that he did that I didn't really appreciate. And I
Mhm.
do admit that when that happened, I did go off on him a little too much. I did go a little overboard about it. I sent
Mhm.
him an apology about it, but the way I went off on him about it, I didn't even expect him to respond, and he hasn't responded. But this all started because I tried to send someone a package, and apparently they have gift
Yeah.
guild. And I ended up
Yeah.
dishing out money. I dished out money for this person, and then they had the nerve to tell me I can't accept a gift from you. Like, God, like, all right.
I
So then,
remember
but the thing
hearing
is,
about. I remember
after
hearing
that,
about that.
but
Yeah.
after
I
that,
know
now I
about
don't send
that.
packages to no one anymore. Like I'm gonna do my 1K contest, and that's it. No more packages.
See, but that's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
I
Like, you
remember
can't
hearing
let that run.
about that.
Will
Mhm.
you
Like
please
I mean,
hurry?
I can sit here. I'm not gonna deny it. Like I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm 100% right with that situation.
Mhm.
I did go off a little too much, and
Mhm.
I just, I saw what I did. I realized what I did later on, and I apologize. I apologize to Hobbs. I don't expect them to really, want to talk to me after that, but I just didn't like certain things that people did, and I said my thoughts about it. But I
Right.
still think Hobbs is a great guy. I think the other person, I'm not even gonna mention their name.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
know
like
who
he's
it
a
is.
cool guy, but the guy's just really just too all over the place for me to figure out who he really is. I can't do it.
Mhm.
But
I remember that because all of a sudden I'm getting messages about, oh, you hear what happened? I'm like, what the hell's going on?
I didn't even know about it. I just
it
heard
really
about it
was a
lately,
bunch of
and I was
nonsense.
sad.
But
I was just like, well, you guys will get past it. Y'all been friends a long time, so you never know what the future holds.
I just did
yeah,
something.
exactly
did-
right.
I
But
just
I
did
mean,
something. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
but I know how Hobbs is. Like, I mean, I'm sure he'll want to bury the hatchet someday. Maybe talk to me. If not, that's fine. It's
Mhm.
totally understandable. But I just didn't. I'm not going to sit here and say what this person did or what this person didn't do. It's not really the time or place to really do it. It's not anyone else's real business either way. But there was just something I disagreed with that really set me off, and then another person really set me off, and I just blew up. But
Mhm.
I could have handled that a lot better. I know that.
Mhm.
To be honest, I think they could have handled it better by just saying, thank you, but I'm not interested, and not,
Yeah.
Well, the one thing that really set me
Well,
off was I was like, I'm gonna I'm gonna send this person a present because it seems like no one ever sends this person anything, and this person's been in the community a long time. Then I hear that they don't want to accept it, but they want to send me a present. And when I heard that, I was like, what the fuck, dude? You got to be kidding me.
wow.
Mm.
When I heard that, I was like, what? Where's the logic
Well, I
here?
must
But
say,
I'm past it. I'm past it. People are who they are, and life goes on.
yeah. What were you gonna say, Karen?
So I did something really dumb just right now.
Uh-oh.
In a lot of trouble. So yeah, Gore was in the chat, and then I put the link up for him to come on, but he said he was going to bed, so I didn't pay attention. I was watching you guys talk. He was sitting down below to come on for about 5
wow.
minutes, and I didn't see him, and then I let Echo come on, and I didn't mean to
Oh.
do that. I'm
It
trying to explain to
happens.
him now. It's all
I just
I
hope
didn't
you don't take it
mean to.
personal. It
That's
happens.
okay. It happens. I've had people like, they come and join, and then because I don't pay attention, so it
Mhm.
happens.
There was so many
We're
people.
not gonna do a big expose. Karen canceled.
Yeah, I'm canceled. Oh, I feel bad. It was an accident though. I literally was watching, and then for some reason I glanced down when you popped up, Echo, and then I added you in, and I was like,
What I don't
then I
like
got a
today,
message. I'm like,
okay, when there's some people are joining, it's 4, pictures. You see four pictures in the top row. I've had a 5th person join or a 6th person join, and I don't
and it's
see that,
below.
and I haven't seen them, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, sorry, I didn't see you.
Well, I fucked up, and I'm canceled now. So
Oh, you
I
couldn't be
understand if you
canceled.
all hate me
You're almost
now.
a co-host over there. You do streams over there with him all the time. You're okay. Accidents happen.
Gore's a cool
Yeah,
guy.
it was an
too.
accident. It was an accident. I didn't mean to.
But yeah, I have stars on my Fire Stick. My grandma messed on to a movie she wanted to watch, and it took her to subscribed her to stars, and so now we have that, and so the entity is on there, and
Well,
I can watch that.
it's like
What's
my
it
mom.
on?
Oh,
I know it's on Look Movie, but where else is it on?
Stars. I think she
Stars.
Oh, okay.
said. Yeah, the other thing, I signed up for that through Amazon, and I'm getting billed for it, but I keep forgetting I have it. I kind of need to start using
Oh.
it.
Stars.
You gotta take advantage of that.
Exactly.
Stars
like,
is
what?
spelled
Oh,
STARZ.
Z. It's like once a month I'll get billed for. I'm like, what the hell is this? Oh, that's right. One
Yeah,
month
that's
later.
the premium channel, Stars,
Yeah.
that actually used to be owned by Anchor Bay.
Good old Anchor Bay.
I love
miss-
Anchor Bay.
I
We've got
miss-
some great movies.
I miss going and looking at movies, and that's all you saw at the stores. Anchor Bay, Anchor Bay, Anchor Bay, Anchor Bay, Anchor Bay.
Yeah, I miss the double features actually, the double feature horror films, because there would always be a good one, and then there would be one that you don't know about, but it's kind of crappy but still watchable.
Oh,
I
I
like
used
them
to,
crappy ass movies.
I
I've
used
come
to
a lot
love.
of them.
I
I
don't
used
know,
to
man.
love the
Sean don't like a lot of
multi-packs.
cool movies though.
Well, maybe he
I
needs
don't
to
know.
see Amazing Bulk, and that will help him.
Sean gave me the fifth degree about some of them Nightmare on Elm Street. He told me how they were shit, man. I'm like, dude, I love those.
I
Mad
mean,
Cow.
look,
There's one that
I
everybody
understand the
says
love
is
for that
shit.
franchise, but
I haven't watched it yet, but I own it.
after the fourth movie, I can't find anything watchable.
I
You
can't
don't
see
like
the
New
first
Nightmare,
word.
dude.
Season of the Witch.
Oh,
Back in the 80s
Wow.
in elementary.
I've
we
tried,
had-
man. I
Season
can't
of
do
the
it.
Witch. I don't
Yeah.
mean the 1980 whatever one. I'm talking about the one with Nicolas Cage.
But you like Shocker.
I like
Hey,
Shocker.
Shocker?
Yeah.
That's
I
a
don't.
good
Wes Craven?
movie. I love Shocker.
I know.
You
I
remember
don't
we
like
talked about that?
Shocker. I made
I
sure
coulda
that's
swore
not
you
my
said that.
collection.
Dude. Oh, he says that now, but he was talking about it and it made me go out and buy it. So now he doesn't have it, but I went out and buy it. Am I the sucker?
Wow.
I'm a sucker.
Like, look, here's my whole thing with Shocker is it's got a great start. The actual serial killer in it, the guy who plays the serial killer does a great job. But when it comes time to body shift, it turns into a fucking kindergarten party. It's just like even like when we're body shifting, I'm like, is this really Wes Craven directing right now? Like this is really weird.
Okay, what's
That
better?
just
What
doesn't
do you
work
like-
for me.
What do you think's better, Shocker or that other one? Was it the horror show or whatever it was? That was supposed to be a house movie.
Yeah, I forget the guy's name who's in it.
What do you think is the better of the two?
I'm
Yeah,
more
the pick.
familiar with Shocker. I've only seen the horror show like one time in the 90s, I think.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. The horror show. I don't know that one.
It's
like
the third or fourth house. It's an unofficial house movie in the House
Yeah.
franchise.
and
but
it
it's
kind of
called
has,
the horror show.
Yeah, it kind of has a similar plot to somewhat to Shotgun, where there's a killer who dies and comes back, and they start terrorizing somebody. In a horror show, it's Lance Hoskins. I think it is.
So it's considered as House 3.
I thought there was a House 3. There isn't?
Well, it's like if
There's
you
a
look
House
like
4.
all right, for instance, Scream Factory released it on Blu-ray. If you were to buy the Blu-ray, it's going to say the horror show. It doesn't say anything about House 3 on it.
Oh, it's kind of like
That's why
It's,
Hell from
it's
the
a
Dark
stu-
Side was
what it
supposed to be
is. It's a
Creepshow 3.
stupid alternate title to try and sell the movie. That's why, like a lot of foreign films
Yeah.
have alternate titles because
Yeah.
some idiot
It's like
gets an
it's like
idea
the-
in their head. Well, if we call it Demons 5, it's going to sell. Okay. Well,
Or like
what
the
if we call it
zombies- or like the-
Demons? What if we call it Demons and Zombies? That'll sell too, right? Well, yeah, that's
it's
called
like the
that
zombie
too.
series. It's like the zombie film series. There's like a ton of them that were just like, boom.
Here's a movie that Echo hates.
I killed giants.
It's not that I hate it. It's that I watched it and I couldn't get into it. I tried. I gave it a chance. I just couldn't.
What is
enjoy
it? I Kill Giants?
Yes.
Yeah,
I feel like I've heard of that before.
It's fairly new.
I was gonna do it for Dollar Tree, and I tried watching it, but
From
I
the
just
producers
myself.
of Harry Potter.
I was unable to get into it and kept finding myself doing other things because I just didn't like it. But I gave it a chance.
Yeah. Oh, Sean, you were talking about going and hitting the notifications for Evil Dead Marathon. I haven't put it up yet.
Oh, okay.
I've
Karen,
been doing.
have you been
some
shopping lately for the
Holy
movies? Because I remember you were telling us you were picking up more movies.
I haven't the last week. I got to get back to it pretty soon, but not yet.
Hey, Amazing Bulk, go for the Amazing Bulk and the Birdemic movies.
Oh,
They
the
want like
Birdemic.
over $4. They
You're just
want
trying to
over
turn her off. She's gonna
$40.
be
They
like,
want
I'm done.
they want over $40 for the Birdemic trilogy.
I gotta get that then.
If that first movie, those movies aren't even worth $10.
I'm getting me an international
That's
player,
crazy.
like a region free
them
player, so I
movies.
can start watching some of these movies that's not released here or that's too out of print and they cost so much. Because there's
Right.
movies like that's in a different country, you can get them for fairly cheap or fairly decent
Cheaper.
price, but you like in America or even Canada, they're just like sky high.
Yeah, I've been looking for the for Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3. I can only find the ones like Region 2 or whatever.
Huh.
Yeah, good luck with that, man.
Yeah, I found the survival pack, and I found somebody. Actually, man, I might be able to. I think I have a link on Amazon for those for the Blu-ray.
Echo, if you can get 4K player, Blu-ray player, you will be able to watch any movie that you want in any region.
You know, to really enjoy a 4K play, I have to get a damn 4K TV, and I
Yeah,
ain't spending that much
idea of
money.
that. And that's the reason why I don't have a proper setup. I don't even have the room for it. Where am I putting this other TV at?
Everybody's always saying
On the
that.
ceiling. Put it on the ceiling.
Like, what do I just put
Oh.
it on a mount on top of my TV? Like, that's not going to work.
You have to have aisles.
Okay,
You have to have aisles in your room.
Yeah, my
Okay,
room's not
my
big enough
mom-
for that.
My mom has one of those beds, got the Posturepedic or whatever. They can
Sean got movies in the
fold up
bathroom,
and
yeah.
shit. And just like
What?
a hospital bed.
I
saw a
remember
bed,
you
it's got
telling
a
me that you had
frame.
movies in the bathroom.
Hey, that works.
It's
No,
almost
me and my
there,
cou-
dude. It's almost there.
It has a TV in the bathroom.
TV by the tub. Yeah. Perfect.
There actually is a
Hell.
TV in my bathroom, though. It's about this
TV
big.
by the tub, and you can watch. Then you
It's
have
like an 8-inch TV.
movies.
I'm trying to get him
Black and
electrocuted,
I
Karen.
see wall
That's what she's
space
trying to do.
there. You could build up shelves there. You can make it work.
She's trying to electrocute
And
you,
also,
Karen.
the surround sound in my house is actually hooked up to my bathroom, so I can't miss a minute of a baseball, hockey, or football game if I go to the bathroom.
Doesn't
Awesome.
matter. Your
Hey,
team
that
sucks. Karen.
works. Who's your team, Sean, for baseball?
Unfortunately, it's the Phillies.
Well, it could be worse. You could have the hometown team, could be the
I
Mariners.
used to have a
I've always liked the Mariners because they're underdogs.
Penguin, stand up.
well,
I remember I went
my,
one time.
we have a
Everyone agrees
bathroom.
with me.
When it's a bathroom, it's got a toilet, and when you go out of the bathroom, it's in the bedroom, and then there's a sink. Would it count as having if I have a TV on the sink? Does that count as a TV being in a bathroom?
Technically, no, I remember one time when my dad was still alive, we went to a Mariners game with his one boss, and one of the Mariners made a home run, and I was like anti-Mariners at the time. He started giving his employees and the family $20. So of course I'm sitting there going, home run, home run. They didn't make no more. But damn it,
Mhm.
I could have made some good money if they got more home runs. Maybe that's why I hold a
Hey,
grudge against them.
Karen, did we run off Daniel? What happened here?
I think he was
What
intimidated. I think he's
I don't know.
watching.
I know he's a quiet guy. I was talking to him in the chat though. A lot of
Yeah,
the times when you guys
that's
were
good.
talking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys
Oh yeah.
so
Okay.
new.
You
Echo ran him off here.
Do you know about the
You know,
Yeah, do you know about the soda that's linked to They Live and Rowdy Piper?
mhm.
He released a soda called like bubblegum soda, and whatever it's like named after. I came to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. And I
Mhm.
found it on like on Amazon. I'm tempted to order it just to try it.
Don't eat it, man. Don't eat it.
But I
Don't
need a
do it.
test. I need
Don't
a
do it.
test taster.
Don't do it.
Somebody do it for me. Test it.
Tastes
Tell me how it
just
is.
what?
Rowdy Piper bubblegum ice cream. Soda.
Oh, that sounds good.
What's the next movie, Karen, that you're gonna watch?
The
party
next
for?
watch I'm doing next Saturday. Actually, it'll be Nanette's channel. We're doing the 3
No,
Evil Dead
the
movie.
next one is on a key on Goreford's.
Yes. Thank you very much, Nanette.
Uh-oh.
To not
Look,
get me in
look,
trouble
look.
again.
It's on.
So
You
Tuesday,
forgetting about Keith.
Tuesday on Goraphobe, we are watching the remake of Evil Dead. That's our show for that night. And
What
then
time?
when 7 p.m. Pacific time or 10 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
And then Wednesday, Nanette and I are doing on her channel a triple feature if she gets that movie in of Evil Dead 1, 2, and 3. Starting at, what did you say, 5 p.m. Eastern, 5 Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific. And then I'm going to the movies for 2 nights in a row.
3?
Yeah, all
Yeah.
3.
Wow.
Then I'm going to the movies on Thursday night, Friday night, and then Saturday I am going to be doing a watch party of The Doll 2.
Oh.
Mm.
Now, if you get Army of Darkness, you need to get Carrie to join you.
Who's
Carrie?
Carrie? Are you talking about
Nanette?
Carrie
Carrie
Craves
Craves
Cinema?
Horror.
Carrie Craves Cinema. Oh well, yeah. I'm going to be doing the watch party for the first 2. Let me explain this. My friend Heather, she ordered me Army of Darkness, and depending on whether it comes in by Wednesday, is if I do all 3. But I'm going to do the marathon. It may just be 2 of the movies. If
Right.
I don't get the 3rd one, I'll put it up to 7 o'clock. The time stamp for the.
Yeah. I should definitely be able to make what's that, Tuesday at 10 o'clock for the remake. I should definitely be able to be there for that.
Cool.
The next day, I would say that I'm definitely going to be there for at least one of those movies on Nanette's channel. If not all of them, at least one.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're just going to be hanging out. So, yeah.
Yeah.
For 6 hours. Right? That's something. I don't know.
Dude, like I mean, I love the idea of marathons though. As long as people have the time, you get enough people together, you can really make a boring night into something.
Yeah. No, and she
So
said,
very true.
do it. So I said, sure, why not? Let's do it. So.
But yeah, we're definitely gonna be doing them, and
It's a busy week. Busy week.
And oh yeah, I'm gonna be doing something. If you're on East Coast, it's already tomorrow. But for y'all that aren't, tomorrow, Sunday, I'm doing a live watch party. It's called 50 Horror Movies You've Never Seen, and it's a list of movies that comes from a movie I watched. It was a documentary on
Yeah.
Tubi.
I just
And
started to
we'll
watch
go
that.
down from 50 to 1, talking about all of them. And if it's movies I haven't seen, I'll just give you a little bit of a spoiler. If it's a movie I have seen, I'll go more in depth with it. But I'm hoping that people haven't seen some of these movies, and it'll give them some movies to watch.
Right. When are you doing that? When are you doing that?
Tomorrow?
Yes.
Tomorrow? Okay.
Sunday.
Sorry. I'm trying to keep track of everything.
At what time?
I'm not sure. It's tomorrow night sometime.
Okay.
Maybe 10
Beer
o'clock.
Right around beer o'clock.
Oh, good old beer o'clock.
I gotta see if anybody's doing any live streams and everything that's going to that I'm gonna want to go watch.
There's multiple ones. There's already was multiple ones tonight. It's a pain in the ass at times.
That's a lot to keep up with. Like you're trying to stream and someone else is streaming, and we got this unwritten rule: you can't stream when someone else is streaming.
No,
I can
not
get
in that.
behind that. I respect it, but at the end of the day, people got to do what they can do and when they can do it. That's it.
It's
Someone else is
true.
streaming.
No, I
Just
don't
do
because
it when you
of
can do it.
that.
Yeah.
I can't do what he does. I can't be on more than one stream at one time. I've only got my TV and my phone, so
Right.
that's
Yeah,
why
it's hard. The other night I was
It's a lot to do with
streaming and
bouncing
trying to
around.
be on one, and it was just like gong show. It's a
I,
lot.
I don't. If somebody's doing a stream and I'm like, I'm not watching this. Forget it. I might do a stream. I love Night. I love Steven, but I will not go on to Craven Something Scary or the Night Watch Zone when they're talking about stuff over and over. Like they were talking about Halloween, and then they were talking about the Scream movie.
Right.
It gets too old for me. I might go on a few of them, but I.
Yeah, after a while, it just gets a little repetitive for your taste.
Yeah, you got to be happy doing it too. Nights, I just pop on there every once in a while and say hey, and he's good with that. Then everybody's happy.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
Every time I go on to Night's stream, I'll say hey in the stream, and he'll get a big old grin all over.
Yeah, he's always really great, always supportive in that. Yeah, definitely.
I like finding his channel when I'll be on YouTube and I'm like not even sure what I'm watching. And I remember one night they were watching Carrie on his channel, and I was like, you know what? I just got that Blu-ray, the Arrow Video Blu-ray, like a couple weeks before, and I was like, I haven't watched it yet. And I was like, his channel will definitely influence me to sit down and watch what they're watching sometimes.
Yeah.
And he's really good at interacting with people and also following the movie too.
He's going through all the movies, and we get to decide. We pick from a list of movies. They're all Stephen King, and he puts it up on the thing, and he
Yeah, I think that's like every Sunday night or something like that. Yeah.
And
I was sticking with that for a little while.
He's doing Nightmare on Elm Street right now.
Yeah, I think the last one I did with him or was there for was like Silver Bullet. And that was like a month or two ago. I haven't been over his channel in a while.
Awesome movie, by the way. Really enjoyed that movie. I want that kid's bike or whatever it was he had. Just
the Silver Bullet bike. The
that ain't a bike.
Motorcycle.
I didn't tell you. That's a wheelchair that's turned into a bike.
I'd still be having a blast on that thing.
Oh, definitely.
You don't need that. You ain't in a wheelchair, Echo.
Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. The last couple of days, I can barely get around. My legs and hips are killing me.
Really?
I had to walk from today. I had to walk from one end of the town to the other, and I know tomorrow, as bad as my legs have been, I'm probably gonna be bedridden tomorrow.
Yeah, that's probably gonna wear on your muscles, man. I'm gonna be 40 in a couple of days, and sometimes I can feel it just a little bit. Like if I do too much physical work, like the next day I'm like, why is it like I can't walk? And I'm like, I guess this is like the start of getting old here and starting to feel the aches and pains of things.
Start stretching. Start doing
stretching.
Stretching.
With me, it's also the way I sit and I lay down. For me to be comfortable, I got to do it in an awkward way. And it helps in the short run, but in the long run, oh, God, the pain I get in.
Yeah.
Actually, for me, the best thing to do is walking. Go walking as much as you can. Like do a long walk. Those that keep you limber and not as in much pain. But yeah, wait for the knees and the hips and stuff. That's fun.
Yeah, I'm starting to actually feel the knees, the thighs, and the hips.
Yep.
I'm feeling that a lot, actually.
Yep.
If my favorite bar was open on Sundays, I'd walk down to it. That'd be some walking.
Yeah, well, doesn't matter where you go. It's all that you get the walk in. So,
but if you're drinking with doing that walking, you might feel it the next day.
Todd, give him bad knees.
My bad knees go back to when I was a teen. That's when they first started acting up, and then when I started putting on the extra weight, that just made it worse. And so even if I lose the weight, the damage is done.
I'm wishing I hadn't let you in. You come to bed to hit me with a cat.
You're funny.
Rob gave out my secret why my legs and knees are hurting me. I've been dancing too much at Chubby's. Damn it, Rob! Why'd you give away my secret?
Did Cal just go? He's gone.
Yeah,
Apparently.
casually just left.
Segued out. Everyone's just casually segueing out. That's
But I
okay.
guess he might have an internet problem or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
But speaking of that, it's getting a little late here. I'm gonna have to bounce off of here.
Yeah, I was
same
gonna
here.
say,
I
I'm
need
gonna
to
wind
take care
down.
of my dogs. Thanks
Sounds
for having
good.
me. Take care.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for coming up, you guys. It was really, really a lot of fun. I haven't done anything like this in so long.
I'm really glad I decided. Okay, I was sitting down. I was gonna get ready to watch Brain Damage because it was like the
Okay.
35th anniversary, and then I went on YouTube and I was like, shit, I forgot about that They Live watch party that Karen's doing.
Yeah. Oh,
And I realized you guys didn't start the movie yet, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna switch that out and sit down
Yeah.
and hang out with them.
cool. I appreciate that. And I'm definitely
yeah,
up for that
definitely.
entity one if you want me to come on there. I'd love that. I love that movie.
Yeah, I'll stay in touch with you
on
about
to
that.
it.
Okay.
I'll get on my thing after we're done here and watch it, Sean, and I'll message you.
But yeah, we'll try to do the entity probably like the first week of May, something like that. Somewhere
Sounds good.
around the first week of May. I think will be good for that.
Yeah, perfect. Sounds like
'Cause-
fun. But I'll be
yeah, I'm
checking out. What are you
definitely-
doing
Yeah,
next?
he sent me this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, that DVD's out of print too. That thing actually goes
Oh.
for a pretty penny.
Does it?
I think it. Well, honestly, I think it goes for like maybe like $60, $70 the last time
Wow.
I saw it. But that's still a
It
little
was
pricey.
I have it, but I don't know if I have the
$68
case.
last time I looked on Amazon for that.
Cool.
Say that again.
I have that
It
DVD.
was
Oh,
it went for $68 on Amazon last time I looked. at it.
wow.
Yeah, it's about right.
That's cool. Cool. Okay, well, yeah, I'll let you guys go. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. It was really a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me on, Karen, and
for
it's
sure.
great hanging out with you, Nanette, and anybody else who's left in the chat. It's always great to be around when Mayan's here too.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, thanks everybody for hanging out and watching the movie. I hope you guys all liked it, and we'll see you next time, guys.
yeah, take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Bye.